Well, Coco, this is it. It's the big night. The guest spot on Go Game Go. Guest host. You're my co-guest host. And you only get so opportunities like this every once in a while. So better make the most of it. Could be a big break for us. I got Toblerone with me. Don't worry, I brought one for you too. Got my jersey here. You know, I tried to find a Cardinals jersey. I wanted to root for the Cards and support Jeff, but you know, I just couldn't pull through. It's Canada after all, so St. Louis Blues have to have a hockey shirt, right? And I forgot about this. Ordered September 29th. What do you suppose that was, a Wednesday maybe? What's in that? Oh, for frig's sakes. Look at this. Marty, hold it. I think Stu actually might like this one. Huh. But I bet you he'd like this one even better. Damn you, Go Game Go.
That's right. It's the live video this week. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, man. It don't get no better than that. That was great.
Beautiful.
You know, something else happened, and I was like, ooh, wait, how's this going to work?
It worked.
Oh, Pete was, I asked Pete, I go, dude, you going to make a video for this week? He goes, I don't know if I have time.
I say that to Jeff every week, actually.
I know. I can imagine. We find time somehow. It's weird. Oh, shoot. That was great. What? Now tell me about that. Martin and Eddie. Why don't I know what that is?
Yo, you know what that is. Look at the top. Frasier.
Oh, Frasier dub. Yeah, I'm even watching it like crazy right now.
There you go. I saw that and I thought I have to have that one.
In the storage room, honey. You've talked to me at just the wrong time. Storage room, top shelf. Thank you. You're welcome.
But that one is just so much more beautiful.
Well, I do like BB-8.
Well, see, Coco even likes it.
It was killing me because Coco's like, now wait, does she have claws or not?
Oh yeah.
So she's like, you know, I could do that box, Dad.
Oh yeah. Just want to hang out. You got a hold of me here now. Don't pull back too hard. That would hurt. Ow!
Look at the still paws still hanging out.
Get over here. There.
Oh, that's fantastic. Kitty Coco. What's up, kitty? Where's my kitty? My kitty came down here. Hey, I was going to actually do an unboxing that I thought I was going to do tomorrow, but I actually was going to do it tonight because you're here, you Canadian.
There you go.
Oh, and look, this is my basement's a mess, but
that's all right. Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
Yeah. With Rockstar in the background.
Really liked you must have given you that.
Oh, no, they don't like me. They love me. And there's a background. I got Rockstar movie poster.
Yeah, I see that one.
There's another that's a Steel Dragon poster that's autographed.
Oh, cool.
And there's Tango Down, one of my favorite newer rock bands.
Right on.
And I dropped some stuff off for Jeff today. One of them, because I'm not well versed in wrestling.
Okay. Yeah.
One of them is a video. It's a documentary of one of the classic wrestlers. Who was the handsome dude?
Ric Flair?
It might have been a Flair video.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
I found it at the dollar store.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you'd find something like that because there'd be lots of them made over, like
Correct.
Everybody trying to make it. Probably some will be licensed, some will be unlicensed, and others would be licensed but made in such bulk that there'd be leftovers, right?
Yeah. Which I told Pete right before we started. I've got some show and tell stuff, but you know what? I'm looking over here.
That's my favorite line in my videos. Every time I go back and I'm editing and I say, you know what? And I have to drive in that clip of Yes Ayasha. I don't know if you've ever seen it. A buddy of mine did the very first outro for me. And I got him to do a video. He goes, what? So anyway, sorry. I digress.
You know what that calls for, right? Oh, man. Dude, I cannot wait I cannot wait to come up there and have one of those ice cold.
You like that?
That's love right there. My kitty will not necessarily do that.
This cat has been strange like that ever since she was a kitten. So
yeah, we used to have a cat that did. I used to have a cat that licked my underarms, but you know. So, so okay. Jeff is busy with some family stuff, but he's right there in our chat tonight.
You know what? I haven't even gotten to the point of opening up the chat yet. I apologize.
I didn't either. That's what I was talking about. I'm like, oh, I haven't even chatted, opened it up yet.
I got to get that open and screw up the sound and all kinds of good things here. I was too busy thinking about, oh boy, I'm trying to do it live. There's too much pressure. I can't screw this up. It's my big break being on Go Game Go as the guest host. Help me, Coco.
It's like your first woman. You're like, oh. So Jeff says, let's get this show on the road. That's a great song too, by the way. Michael Stanley Band. I've played it before. It's very simple to play. Rise of Stewwalker Night on Triple G.
Nice.
Lance says hello. Oh man. And a big oh man. Whoa, a live video. Yes, we are cutting edge here on Go Game Go, Jeff. We wanted to bring something special while you were out tonight. So Jeff, I know Jeff wants to be here. I just wanted him to focus on stuff he's got going on. So because we love him so much. And that's the truth. I think. So let's finish going through these, what we've got so far. Pete had a flawless stream yesterday.
Thank you, Born Distracted. My streaming days are officially over. I think
I didn't know you had a camera in your bathroom.
Oh, this is where I said I was going to screw up the sound and fixed. Okay. Yeah, I had a friggin' thanks for bringing that up, Born Distracted, although I figured somebody would have to. If not, I was going to anyway. I had a stream where the blaze is going on over here. I could not get it to work any friggin' how. I couldn't get the games to stream. It would buffer. The sound would work. The picture wouldn't work.
I saw that.
It was just brutal. It was brutal. I'd just erase the whole thing, and I may never stream again. I mean, this StreamYard works great, but just trying to stream so frustrated because I had the same thing happen 2 or 3 streams ago when I tried to do it, and then it worked perfectly, and then last night it wouldn't work again. So,
oh crap!
I don't know.
That's really weird. I was telling Jeff that I'm just going to start doing some streams like that, like TJ does, and just have the camera in the background shooting the television.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good, but
it's old school, and I don't know. I just don't have time.
Yeah,
I don't have time for all that stuff.
I like playing with it. I like being able to get it to work, and when I can't get it to work, it's very annoying to me.
Yeah. You didn't catch what I said though earlier, did you?
Oh no, I think I missed it. What?
Because Distracted said Pete had a flawless stream yesterday, and I said I didn't know you had a camera in your bathroom.
Oh jeez.
I mean, come on, that's perfect.
Goddamn symbol.
I'm gonna have to. Hey, nice, very good, very good.
Help me, Obi-Wan Coco. You're my only hope.
I do want to talk to you a little bit about that since it's just you and me tonight. I want to ask you about that. But this says, I'm confused. Papa Pete, Go Game Go, is your Bruins jersey in the wash?
No, my Bruins jerseys are hanging proud upstairs. But tonight it's all about being an honorary St. Louis citizen.
Oh,
Go Game Go. So I didn't have a card shirt. I would have worn a card shirt, but like I said in the video, it's Canada for Pete's sakes. I'm not gonna have a freaking baseball shirt. I got a hockey shirt.
You gotta have a hockey shirt. You're our dedicated Aussie for the night. Can't wait to get back home and watch that. Yeah, that's really I told him what I left him because he hasn't gotten home yet. I don't think.
Yes, no. I was talking about a while ago.
So I also left him something that I can tell him because I was going to get it for him anyway. what's the last thing game wise that you maybe found at the store, or you found at a garage sale or something like that, and you're like, what? And you buy it, and then you get home and you've got it?
I'm gonna go back a couple years. Actually, I went to a place one time. It was not last summer, but the summer before. And I've bought a few things since. I got a ton of friggin' games and stuff kicking around here that I got there. But this was really kind of an eye opener. And I picked up a copy of, and what the blaze is it called? It's a GameCube game, Legend of Zelda, but it's the one where they have like 4 different versions of Zelda, including the original, Adventures of Link, and a couple of the Super Nintendo or N64 versions on it, and it's actually a rather expensive game, especially now. Yeah. I've had other pickups of group games off of Facebook and stuff where I've gotten games like for $75. I've gotten the system and a dozen games, and come to find out later, like some of the games now are worth $300-$400, right?
Yeah,
yeah, it happened, right? And they were worth quite a bit at the time, but they've just kept going up. I mean, Nintendo stuff is outrageous how grossly expensive it is now, unfortunately.
Yeah. And I was just
wondering, if you want to sell it, it's great. If you want to collect it, it sucks.
Right. I want this for play, and I can't play for that much money. It's not enjoyable.
No, you're right. But nowadays, if you can get over the fact of not playing on an original system, there's always a way to play a game.
Right. Well,
there's very few systems. Like Dreamcast is pretty rough, although you can. Saturn's pretty rough, although you can.
Yeah.
PS3, but who cares? I mean, well, not that there aren't good games, but at this point, that's not really. But any of your old Nintendo, Sega, Atari, even in television, there are ways to play them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So even if it's aftermarket, like reproduction cards, even if you want to play on original stuff, but with the ROMs and such, like the Ultimate Flashback. I mean, you can play whatever you want nowadays.
Yeah,
right. But it's still nice to find those gems in the rough now every once in a while. Have you ever found anything really hot like that out and about? A game that was like, holy crap, I never dreamed I'd ever have this game, and there you go. You have it.
Yeah. Well, the one that I'll answer. I have 2 answers. One of them that flipped me out was decades ago. Every year we used to go up and visit with my in-laws up north in Wisconsin, and I'd always go over to Madison because they had a couple of cool music stores, and they had a couple of shops that had video games.
Yeah, okay.
And so I'd go over there and find really cool shit because it was and the shit counter's up to 2 now technically, but but they'd always have, because it was a college town, they always would have some really cool stuff. And I remember finding a couple of Gary Newman CDs there that were at a time where they re-released 2 of the albums that I really liked, but they released them as double albums. So they had some of his not as popular records coupled with Pleasure Principle and Telecon. But the one thing I found when I was going through one of these stores, and I used to visit it every year, I'd go to this certain store, and they had Dragon's Lair. So that flipped me out when I was out and found a game that really flipped me out.
For what again was it though? Which version?
The first. It was the DVD.
Okay. The original one, like that you could play on the PC.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I found the trilogy where they had both Dragon Lairs and Space Ace. So I bought that. I have that, and I've now passed on, as we do with friends, right? Friends and family.
Yeah.
And we pass on certain things. So I gave the singular version to a buddy of mine who loved the game. And I was like, here, dude, I don't need this anymore because I have the trilogy.
I always wanted just to say I beat that damn thing, but I just never have. I've watched it on YouTube, like somebody beat it, but I've never beaten it.
I beat it. Yeah.
Wow.
But I haven't beaten the second one, and I haven't beaten Space Ace yet. So, I'll have to stream that maybe, because I've got my Xbox over there too. I can do that and throw it in and play it, whichever.
Pretty cool.
But the game that I found the other day was I was shopping for some stuff at Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
And I found their clearance aisle. So I'm walking down the clearance aisle, and here's like a whole stack of video games, Xbox One, I think, games, and PS4 games. And I was like, wow, this is kind of cool. So I'm checking through, and they have the collection, the first 3 Uncharted
Okay, yeah.
PS4 that I was talking about last week, right? Well, I got a hold of Jeff and I got a hold of my nephew, and I'm like, would you like a copy? They're like, yeah, that's cool. $10.
Wow.
Brand new. So, so I buy it, and then I already had one, right? So I was going to go back and maybe get them a copy each. And then I texted him. I said, well, my buddy didn't think that I was going to be able to play it online, because Naughty Dog cut off the PS3, right?
Oh, okay.
So so you can't play these games. And I played hours and hours with my nephew and with my friend Eric and with my son. We would play survival mode long distance. And then they shut down the server, so you can't do it anymore. And that really pissed me off, because I played the living crap out of that game. That
Sorry, guys,
Uncharted 2. Oh yeah, it's getting hot. Yeah. Oh, he's hot. Oh, right. Look at that. It's the unveiling.
Even better underneath.
Wait till he puts on the gold lame later.
We aren't going any lower than this. Thank you, buddy.
That would be going low, right?
You want to get your candle band.
So I was hoping maybe I'd be able to do that, but I told him, I said, Eric doesn't think we'll be able to do that. So they're like, yeah, don't worry about it. Well, so then I look in my shelf the other day to put it away.
Yeah.
And I already have a copy. I'm like, are you flipping kidding me? So I left it at Jeff's doorstep today.
Nice.
So that, and then he's got a something in a frame. I'm going to save that, because when he sees it, he can take a picture and show you later. So
that's cool.
Because if I say it now,
you were talking about Walmart and stuff, and I thought you were gonna. You were talking a little bit about this. I don't know if it was last week or the other day. Anyway, just not quite the detail on that, but right, Rise of Skywalker T-shirt would have been good, Lance. It would have been perfect. I thought you were going to say, and I've watched this on videos and stuff, and is it true? People go in there and they check the clearance and they get games for like 3 cents at Walmart.
Well, they weren't 3 cents.
They're like, these are just a common thing to find games cleared out for 3 cents. Hey, Sabater.
I wonder when. Oh yeah, wait. That's true. Oh yeah, right. Spotlighting and Magic games.
Yeah. And maybe if we have an opportunity, I still have my Magic collection sitting right here. I thought I would leave it out just to maybe go through the games that are in the.
That'd be awesome
tonight, because I thought you might be interested in that too. Stu.
Yeah,
because all the games for the system.
Yeah, that would be brilliant. I told Pete that we both have things going on too, and I'm like, we may not be as late tonight, but I get to teach tomorrow, so I told him
the famous last words. We may be 1 in.the morning.
Yeah, right. I say that, and then it's like, no, I got it. Let's see. Oh, look what you know what I had today for lunch?
What you had for lunch?
Oh, let me see if I can show you this. Do you see who's? Wait a minute. I didn't go far enough. Do you see who's over there? Look at my candy dish.
I see Thor.
Yeah, that's Thor, and he's holding a candy dish.
I see. Is that a caramel?
No, it's not. It's a Lion bar.
Oh.
There's multiple Lion bars. Hershey bar right there sticking up by his head.
Okay, that's what I see. Yeah.
And I've got Arrow bars in there.
Nice.
So I had a Lion bar today at lunch.
Right on.
God, I love those things. So I'm going to take a couple over to my friends tomorrow. We're going to have Lion bars for our snack. What did you have?
Toblerone.
Now tell me, what is in a Toblerone? Is it just nuts?
Yeah, it is. It's like, but it's somewhat chewy. Like after you
really chewy
milk chocolate with honey and almond nougat.
Oh, because I almost bought one the other day at the.
Oh, they're
At the
good. Like you'd have to try it. It's different.
okay.
It's
They even
it
had
is
little. They had little. Well, based on that comedian many years ago. Um, he said they have snack size written on them. Remember when we were young and they had snack size? They were actually like half a candy bar. But now they're small. And there was a comedian. He goes, they make them smaller now. They shouldn't even call them snack size. They should just call them disappointment size. He goes, but I don't think that would fit on the label.
Oh, did you see? We got a challenge on there. Friggin' brother Mike wants us to challenge NLG's Thursday night stream.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually going to do a show tomorrow. I back to hammer away tomorrow.
Well, then just go right straight through.
Oh yeah. By tomorrow, it'll be so much gibberish we won't even know what we're saying.
Listen to some of they're saying about the
Dash Galaxy
about these. I was saying about Walmart being cheap. Lance, there are rumors and videos that Walmart sells their discontinued arcade 1-up cabinets for $50. They always sell out fast. Then Savitors I got to go to Walmart once in time to see the $59 price tag on a 1-up. So we saw that once. Wow. I don't care what the game would be. If I saw an arcade 1-up with a $59 price tag on it,
I'd take it.
It would not be there anymore.
No, I'd snag it fast. Yeah. Makes you want to go and get chummy with somebody at Walmart.
Well, that's it. Like I haven't been to Walmart. That's all. Like you don't see that over here for sure. Okay, but
right.
But on the U.S. side, I don't think you see it in the small towns like where I am either. You're going to see that in a city that has like 6 Walmarts.
Right.
More metropolis area than little old friggin' Calais, Maine. Yeah, listen, if I had one, it'd be there. Although
I think it would give you a rash.
I think if I look over here, say,
yeah. What's next to it?
Your other favorite movie.
Is that the other piece of crap? God, Last Jedi. What a piece of. Man,
you love it, you know it.
I hate it, and I know it. When he threw that damn thing back behind him, I'm like, I should have just walked out and gotten my money back.
I was not a fan of that either, but it ain't changing now.
Yeah. Yes. Games, right? Yeah. Oh, wow, John. So John flips me out right before the show.
Yeah.
And how did he do that?
How did he do that? He told you that what anniversary this was.
I was like, are you
I knew we had
flipping
to bring that up tonight for sure.
Kidding me. Let me grab this. I just
I didn't think it had been that long. I really didn't. I thought it was spring, for Pete's sakes.
I can't even believe it's already been 1 year today.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how I didn't know that, first of all. But secondly, I'm like, good God, it's been a year.
Yep.
I mean, I just
and now David Lee Roth is done. I've retired. He's doing 5 more shows. But I read earlier this week that Alex Van Halen is going to go play with him his last 5 shows.
He should.
Yeah.
I mean, they just toured, so why not?
Oh, okay. Were they touring with? Were they? I don't know. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, it's obviously it's been a while. It's been over a year ago.
Right, yeah.
But Dave was back with the band, and they were, and they did the whole thing with Wolfgang and stuff. So
right.
it's So
Michael Anthony is totally estranged, right? He's with.
Oh yeah, I mean they really screwed him bad.
Did they?
Yeah, I mean how do you just do that? How do you decide to disassociate one of your original members who's that dude's aces? I mean, he's a great guy.
Yep.
He's a lot of fun. He did his job and he did it well. If it wasn't for him, their stage show would have been complete crap. Because, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because David Lee Roth back in the day, he didn't pull it off live. He
No.
pulled off his stunts and he did all of his things, and he was the front man, and that's fine. I get it, and I'm not downing him at all for all of what he did there. You know, I mean, he was a brilliant front man. It's just vocally though, that was his job. His job was to be the ringmaster, but still, your job is to be a vocalist. And Michael Anthony, you know, backing him up all the time like that with those outstanding, stellar backgrounds,
Right.
you know, saved all those moments where he doesn't go up there or doesn't sing at all. You look at some of the old footage. That's what used to burn me. Is you look at a bunch of the old footage, and there were times he just wouldn't even sing a line. He's just too busy running around and, you know, probably being intoxicated, and just there goes a line that he didn't even sing it. You're like, well, okay. Or, you know, whatever. This is one of the newer, you know, within.
Right. Just
always
like Getty Images.
Yeah. Just iconic times, man. I love that shot. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
You know, I always remember one of my favorite lines from Eddie was, man, I don't know. I just, you know, be jamming around and, you know, play something. And somebody goes, oh, what was that? Do that again. And he's like, I don't know. I don't even know what I did. You know, I had a guitar player I used to play with, and he'd record our practices, and then he'd play some cool lick. And I'm like, dude, you got to give me that on Sunday morning. You got to give me that. And he goes, I don't know what I did. I go, dude, you just recorded it. Just go home and practice that. But yeah. What else? We have a few more things here in the, I was trying to make sure Dragon's Lair was amazing when it debuted in the arcade. Looked like you were playing in a cartoon.
Those are all I can remember going to Bangor, Maine, to my sister's house. That was one of the neatest things we did, because we didn't have any arcades here. And I'd go up there. I went up there for like 2 weeks every summer, and I went up for a week at Christmas, and I went for March break. I always just was going, right? And I'd take the bus, and I go to the mall, and they had an arcade in the mall. There's an arcade downtown, and I go, and I can remember like when Mike Tyson's Punch Out come out in the arcade, and Dragon's Lair. It's like, oh my God, or the Star Wars arcade. The arcade was just magical at that point. If it was a mall arcade that wasn't like a dive, like a pool hall type arcade, it was really
right.
I liked them. They were nice. They're great. I never had enough money to play these games because, oh my God, it's 50 cents to play that game. I
know, right?
Yeah. So, but still, it was just the memories of seeing them, and then every time I go up after a month or two, and go to the arcade and see what's new. And I don't know, just remember those things. I remember Dragon's Lair appearing, and it was a really cool frigging game.
Yeah. I used to go to Aladdin's Castle, of course, was one of my regular places. We had one in Pekin and one in Peoria at the malls, and I'd spend hours. And now when it came time, and then here's this too, I assume CD-based games are harder to emulate than carts. Is that true? Do you know?
Well, the information that was on one of those DVDs back at the time, or Laserdisc, frankly, is what it was.
Right. Right.
It is actually not as big as you would think it is. Okay. There's the emulator and called Daphne, and it's specifically made for playing games like that. I really don't take this as gospel, but I do know this much at least, that on my little Raspberry Pi, with RetroPie, I have gotten Daphne to work with Dragon's Lair. So it's just a downloadable ROM. Think about it. Think about the quality of the video and the sound that's in a file that we have nowadays. It's like gig or 100 meg for that matter. Think about, because it wasn't huge quality. It was just hand-drawn animation. That's not big. And there's a ROM for them, and I could play it on the stupid TV. So yes, you can do emulation for them. Daphne, Daphne, and I
just like my dog.
It's been 4 or 5 years. I don't remember a whole lot about it, but yes, you could do it.
I wonder if there's any of those discs lurking around, that were in the machines.
Yes.
I'm
trying to think of what the blazes I was on. Sometimes I'll get surfing the web and you'll find a page and they'll start talking about stuff and I could never find it again. But it seems to me that there are, like, you can get these things working again. They're available. They're expensive, obviously, but
Wow. Let me see here. I as I'm going through here, I'm running behind. On
it was almost like there was a laser disc player.
That's fine.
That was just inside an arcade cabinet with a TV.
It was, yeah. There's actually a really isn't there a really cool? There's a really cool documentary, I think, about those games on YouTube.
Yeah, I've seen something somewhere where explained them all, and I was shocked. Although, really, when you think about it, it's not shocking. But it how simple it actually was.
Yeah. I don't know that. What have you heard? I wonder.
Just a couple of gigs at most.
Wonder what have you heard about David Lee Roth that makes you think he's not in good health? I mean, he's really thin. That's probably why he's retiring. Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard anything. I know that Stephen Piercy came out recently about his cancer situation. Get the Tron arcade one up when it comes out.
That one too.
My wife even said you have to get that one. That's a beautiful woman right there.
Is Mama C in there telling me to get the Star Wars one yet? I shouldn't say it because she actually told me to get the Star Wars one. But up here it's like $800, right? It's like $800.
Well, yeah, but dude,
computer. I don't need the Star Wars arcade to sit in the corner and I'll play it once every 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, right? I know. So, but I'll tell you what, the one thing I would spend thousands on is the Iron Maiden pinball machine.
There you go.
Yeah. Is there? I would think that there's a Eddie Van Halen Funko Pop.
JD is there.
Wolf getting to play with his dad and uncle and Van Halen was very special. He is a great musician. I know it's not Michael. No, it's not Michael Anthony. I mean, and I don't mean any ill will. It's just, it's not. That's likely licensing issue. Yeah, maybe. I guess now that I think about it, I haven't seen him. Photos where Eddie doesn't look stoned. Yeah, those are probably tough to find. Oh man. But
Crow in the house there. Somebody said pinball. Crow popped up.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep. They put Dragon's Lair in the lobby of our local nickel arcade and charged 50 cents a pop. Yeah, that's where you were talking about that. Laserdisc games in the arcades are really his buddy did repairs on him. It was a consumer Laserdisc, industrial commercial. Yeah, we used to have Laserdisc playing at the Disney store. Mach 3. Yeah, I don't remember another Laserdisc. The only ones I ever really knew were those. And I love the fact, one of my favorite things about those games is that it's one of my favorite animators as well. Don Bluth is, amazing, amazing stuff. Does anyone else remember the Laserdisc game?
I don't.
Thayer's Quest. Keyboard like Atari 400.
I remember the hologram games that they had out. Somebody's going to say the name of it because I've brought them up before and somebody can write up with the name of it. But it was kind of neat. But again, it was like $1 to play it. It lasted 30 seconds.
Well, and that's one of the games. That's one of the things I wanted to ask you, Pete. When we were going to the arcades, and I think I've thrown this out to Crow periodically, or at least in the past, very early on. When I found out he loved pinball, I'm trying to figure out, and I need to look it up online, what game it was I used to play that was like a mercenary pinball game. And you were like going in to save the girl, and it had an actual helicopter in it where the blades would go around, and it was really, really fun. And it had multiple levels and
I'm not good with the names. Oh, excuse me.
But when the video game arcades came out and still had pinball machines in them, would you make your way over to the pinball machines too?
Oh, I like the pinball machines more than the arcade games. I would play pinball much more than arcades because there was something physical about it. And I could
Right.
throw a quarter into Pac-Man, and I was going to lose after a minute and a half, 2 minutes, right? No matter what. I could sit there. At different times, I could be pretty good at pinball. We were up the day that we did the video from Halifax for you guys. Do you remember that, Stu?
Yes. Yes.
We ended up in an arcade, and they had some great pinball machines there. It was a microbrewery called Propeller. And
oh, really?
You can go in and get growlers filled and beer and stuff up top. And downstairs, it's an arcade, and they even have an arcade, like they got some skee ball, and they've got various things, but all kinds of old arcade machines, and craft beer. That's where we were. Wow. We filmed the last little segment that I sent to you guys that Jeff played at the end was from that arcade, and there were some, not many, but probably 8 to 10 really good pinball machines there. Yeah. I couldn't even tell you what they were. Like I ones that I'd seen before in the past, right?
Okay, yeah.
So and they were all in good working order too, which is a challenge always. But.
Yeah, if it's possible, when you come to visit, we have to make sure that we plan 2 hours, to go and do a couple of things, check out some places. But one of those bits of time has to be my friend's bar, and I'll plug it right here, the Silver Ballroom, which is kind of down. It's towards the city, and it's near the city, and it's a shotgun. It's 2 rooms. It's a shotgun bar on one side, and the other side is a shotgun room full of pinball machines.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
And all he has loaded in the jukebox is punk music.
Right on.
It's a beautiful place. Look at this guy's all cuddly tonight.
There you go. He doesn't usually sit there that still.
It's the Coco and Mal show.
There.
Nobody cares about us now that we got the pretty kitties on.
That's right.
But yeah, I loved playing pinball. All those video games would be there, but I'd still love going over and playing that mercenary game. The Kiss pinball machine. I remember playing that when I was a kid. Yep. And there's actually a place in Peoria, used record store that has it.
Well,
they have one.
I'm saying that here. Why don't I just try to do this here real quick? Yeah, I know. Coco is getting out.
Check that butt.
Please hand me the cat's ass.
Wow, did you check out Go Game Go? It was the cat's ass.
All right.
Oh man,
I said that. It's like, of course, I should have that video right here somewhere. Well, maybe I don't though.
Oh,
maybe I don't.
Time Bandit. Oh, okay, Punky. I'll show it. Jeez. So I was saying I had some show and tell stuff of my own tonight. I went. I did a little shopping tonight. I had to go to the grocery store, but I went to the dollar store. You ever go to the dollar store much? Do you have them? Okay.
Yeah.
So I know what you're talking about. He knows what I'm talking about.
Everything's $1.35, right?
Oh, Mach 3.
Right over.
I think he knows. No, you were talking about everything 50 cents. Yeah.
No, everything. I said it's a Canadian dollar store, so everything's $1.35.
There you go. Oh man. I think Crow is thinking on that. Did he find it? Love me some skee ball. There you go. New Jersey boardwalks growing up. Yeah. I think it may have been Raven. Oh, that might have been it. 1986. I was playing it sooner than that. Because I think I was playing it in high school and just after high school. Yeah. There you go. Arcade 1-Up Star Wars pinball looks cool.
I've not heard good things about that.
Well, and what do they not? What kind of bad things did they say?
Well,
did they say it's like Rise of Skywalker or?
No, it just wasn't a very good pinball machine, quality wise.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I don't
That's
know.
too bad.
I don't know, but that's my take on what I've heard for a buzz
Right.
about Star Wars arcade pinball. I heard the opposite about the Star Wars arcade one up.
Mm.
I heard that the most important part of that, of course, is going to be the controller. And everything that I watched on that said they did a great job replicating that controller.
Wow.
So, yeah, that'd be the most. If you could make that controller work right, that's the whole game right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't even imagine being a pinball machine designer now, as opposed to when they started. I mean, it's like being a roller coaster designer now, as opposed to what it was like before. You know, when everything is belt driven and gravity driven.
But have you
now,
played have you played any of these old pinball machines from the 60s or 50s or even early 70s? They kind of suck.
They do. I mean, there's a lot of open space.
Yeah.
You know,
and they're not that fun compared to nowadays. It's such wild action, you know.
Right. And all the lights and all the liftings and all the, you know, the different pieces that open up. And
it's almost like comparing Atari video pinball for the 2600 to like Star Wars pinball on the Switch, you know.
Yes, exactly. The FX stuff that they have. I mean, it's those pinball FX games are so much fun.
Yeah.
You know, even what was the first one that I played? It's the one with it's kind of a haunted thing, and there's the ghost girl.
Is it a Frankenstein?
No.
It's the one that comes with it that you don't when you just download the game for the Switch. Is I think Frankenstein. Crow could definitely tell me.
Okay.
Well, I'm thinking because that's the only one I have.
Okay.
I didn't buy any of the tabletops, right? But I did download it. I thought it was Frankenstein, but I may be mistaken.
No, this one has a girl, and it's got a wizard and a goat. It's got a boy and a girl who are in a house, and there's a ghost girl, and there's a wizard that, you know, he traps all the balls, and then he lets them all go. And I've played it a lot. It was a lot of fun. The graphics were great. You know, and there's a lot of cool stuff, and you can change the view. I always love that, where you can change the view on the table, and you can follow the ball or not follow the ball, however you want. So today I did some shopping the other day, but look at this, man. I love buying these bags. I buy shopping bags like nobody's business because they make great gift bags too, right? And they're at the dollar store. So look at this new one I just got.
Cool.
The Mad Titan. So I love this. It was so cool. The artwork, and I love the artwork. It's all about the artwork for me. But they have these little figures, and I was thinking about doing my own Monopoly games. And I bought a bunch of figures so that I could do these different themed Monopoly games. Look what they had today. They had He-Man.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Have you watched any of these videos where they're talking about the new Masters of the Universe?
The one that Kevin Smith did?
And there you go. Yes. People are ripping on it.
I haven't watched any of the issues either, or the episodes either.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. They had this for $1. Brand new on
cool.
Blu-ray.
The Lego Batman movie?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Do you like that movie?
I can remember seeing bits of it. I heard it's friggin' awesome.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
My kids watched that back because that's about 5 years old now, so they were teens.
Yeah,
they really liked it.
Hey, help me out here. What do you think? Well, and then speaking of which, I got both of these characters right.
Yeah, Skeletor.
Look at this.
Oh, what the hell's that? Power of Grayskull. Oh.
Power of Grayskull, the definitive history of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
There you go.
So I was like, yeah, I gotta get that. There's a lot of cool music ones that I've gotten there too. Now, help me out. I said this at school the other day, and somebody goes, maybe that's where they got the name. We all kind of landed on it. Do you remember what the name of the Jaws mechanical shark is? Yes, Bruce.
Yeah.
Do you wonder if that's why they named this character that?
Oh, that
From
would
Finding
definitely.
Nemo?
Yeah, that's absolutely why they named it that.
I mean, I'm like,
Absolutely.
is that why they named him Bruce?
Bruce, yeah.
Oh, Sorcerer's Lair. Yes, thank you.
Oh, there you go.
That's the
And
name of it.
is Crow saying that that's the one that comes with Pinball FX3? That's
Yeah.
could have
Yep.
swore the one I had in the Switch said.
Well, maybe you got it at a different time.
I do. Well, maybe.
Right. Skywalker Monopoly.
Oh my God! You can get that?
Well, yes, you can, and it has
Oh my God!
it has all kinds of different sizes of poop. Is what that's your playing piece. Is different poop emojis.
Sounds like
I want the shoe poop.
Is that the movie FM? Fecal matter.
FM.
FM. Fecal matter.
FM is such a great movie. I love it. I love it. Valley Cosmos pinball from the 1960s. Wow. It's at my parents'. Haven't played it for years. He misses it. It's the free tape. Yeah, right. Yep. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so definitive history of Masters Universe. Do they mention the Intellivision game with super graphics?
Super graphics.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. Still in the plastic. PC, it's a free one. It's the free one. Fishtails and Junkyard.
I'm just checking it out here. This is Stern that I'm downloading to.
Stern
Pinball is. Oh, you can't see that on there, but it's Frankenstein.
Oh, I see. That's the Frankenstein. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew all along Ray was a Skywalker. Why? Why would she take the name? That's so stupid. She's
not a Skywalker.
She isn't. And what the hell does she have? She has no ties to the Skywalker name, and all it means is shit to Luke. He wouldn't want to be. He doesn't even want to be a Skywalker.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
All right, he does.
He was wrong. He admitted he was wrong for having the bad attitude.
He was wrong. Yeah, it took him long enough. Took him long enough. Oh, hey, where did this? What won our? Why can't I not remember? Was this our winner?
That's your winner right there.
Yeah. And then I have one of these too. It's I had a little dinner.
I mean, if you don't like it like it is, put a little bit of graham crackers, some marshmallow, and a fire, and you have some more delicious material.
You don't even need a fire. All you need is an oven.
Don't really, no.
Or a toaster oven. I just did them in the oven the other night. I was baking something else, so I threw them in. I just put you got to put the marshmallow. You can't put it all together though, because it'll just fall over. But yeah, I kind of smashed the marshmallow at first. But yeah, you leave that marshmallow. What's the word I want to say? You leave it exposed, and it'll kind of get browned on it.
Really I always liked my marshmallows as a kid, like on fire. Put them out.
Luke was, well, yeah.
Luke was.
So Luke was her biological father.
Well, no. Hey, Owen, cool.
Well, no.
Change the subject.
Why? This is a good subject. For you and me, this is a really good subject. This is a subject that Jeff's like, get me the hell out of here and let these two fight it out.
The bottom line is this.
Yeah, those are at the bottom
line. A good opinion about this after at least 8 viewings of each.
I couldn't do it, dude. I can't do it.
Still waiting for that. You need to do a 10-minute review.
No, I will not. I won't do it. I can't do it. I got to stick to my gun as he holds them up. I mean, dude, what's that character? I don't even give a shit about that character. Who's the flippin' character that comes in? She's got the sister that somehow was hanging out in the no atmosphere area in that ship. And what's her freaking name? Runs around with what's his head?
Rose?
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, what a crap character that was. Oh my gosh.
Well, that's not very nice.
Sorry.
We're tired of that, but she probably get paid well too, so that's okay.
Well, I'm not saying anything personal about her.
I know.
It's all about the character. It was a crap character.
Right down. I've told you this. I've said this to you 100 times. You're never gonna make me disown the movie.
I would never want to.
I would have liked to have seen. Could have been a hell of a lot better. I am disappointed in it, but I will still watch it and I will still love it.
And I love that. I totally respect that. I totally respect that.
It meant so much to me coming up through that this is what we got left of it. Guess what? It's like there's a point where, yep, this isn't everything I dreamed that it would be, but it's what I got. So there it is. And you know what? That goes a lot of life. It's that I don't want to make any comparisons right off, but you think about a situation that, it's like, okay, this
like a dysfunctional thing. It's like a dysfunctional family, and those are the black sheep.
You just gotta, it's your family. So
right,
either accept it or don't. And guess what? When people don't accept things that are a little different or not quite as up to par or whatever, when they've already had a vested interest in it from the beginning, that's not really a very positive trait.
Well, just, I don't look at it that way.
To the side without having any thought about where it came from.
I don't look at it that way. I look at it like,
but it is just a movie, so
I look at it more like this. If you know of a toxic person,
yeah,
are you going to hang out with them?
Not necessarily.
Just are you going to hang out with them?
No.
Right. But do you love them where they are? They're a fellow human being. Right?
Yeah.
You just got to love them where they are, but you're not going to hang with them.
No.
Why don't you get a Laura Dern Funko Pop? That would really be gross.
Dio.
Because I love Laura Dern, but God, that character they wrote for her was pure crap.
I didn't care for it all. It's like, where the hell is this person coming from? This just all of a sudden, like, we're supposed to give a shit,
right? And you're on a need to know basis.
Yeah,
and you're like,
would I have been upset if that character didn't exist? No, I would have been. I probably would have liked it better.
Right.
I will say that. Right. But yeah,
I mean, I
would have been more than happy if that character never existed.
God, here's Poe. And he's helped saving the world or the universe. He's a major player, and you're like, well, you're on a need to know basis. I'd be like, cuss you, lady. What the heck? Yep. Just what? What? Star Wars franchise jumped the shark with Rise of. No, they jumped the shark. No, they jumped. Wait, let me ask you this.
Jedi.
Wait a minute. Did they have episodes? That is brilliant, dude. I'm telling you. I'm on the 3rd season. I'm deep into the 3rd season. I know what I need to talk to you about too. But one last thing with how many episodes or seasons were there after jumping the shark on Happy Days?
Like 2.
2 more seasons?
Something like that. I would have to double check, but 2 or 3. The Ted McGinley era.
Yeah, so they jumped.
He was just freshly destroying sitcoms at that time, so it took him a little bit longer with that one.
Right. Well, they jumped the shark with the Last Jedi, so that was a piece of garbage. And then and then it was the Rise of Skywalker is equal to the last 2 seasons of Happy Days.
See, what happened is they gave it to, and I can't forget the names, okay, but they gave it to this other guy to run Last Jedi. He did his own thing with it. He had his own style in it, and it didn't match up with anything.
Nope.
And it pissed people off. And
Well,
it ended things for some of the storylines that people were going, well, this is part of the main storyline. Okay, well, we'll get rid of that. Nope, cut them in half to go on. And, and then they come back, and was it Abrams? J.J. Abrams come back to pick it up again. Because I'll be quite honest, everybody sort of said, was it safe? Was it cookie cutter? Yes. The Force Awakens was cookie cutter, and it was just being safe, same old, same old. But people liked it. And J.J. Abrams left, and I can't remember the other guy who came in, well-known director, and he basically screwed it all up. And then Abrams come back in to try to recapture what he had done, but it was so cookie cutter and it had been taken so far off kilter, there was no fixing it at that point. Not in one movie.
No.
Not in one movie. So.
No, and that's where I live, where I'm like, why would I want to waste my time watching? All right. The only reason. All right, I'm going to tell you one thing. Sorry, I'm eating my Reese's cup. When I come to this huge thing, nothing like having a huge point and then stuffing a Reese's in your mouth. So the only way I would probably watch this movie, here's your saving grace, is if we sat there with a video going and made it Mystery Science Theater. That would be the only way, because you get.
Well, it sounds to me that that's a plan.
Because Christine was like, "Oh, brilliant, brilliant." Because that would be the only way. You would have to endure my. And talk to Christine about it. She'll give you a rundown on my because I'll do that. I'll be sitting in a movie just going, oh, what, blah, 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 why don't you just blah, 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 blah? What is, so that would be the only way. So once Canada completely opens up and we can get together, then that's what's going to happen. You know what?
We'll have to have a viewing.
We'll have a viewing.
Official
and it's going to be a drunk viewing. It's going to be a drunk viewing. Cut.
Better than the director's commentary.
I want the director there too. Let's call him. Get his ass on the phone. Are you ready for this? Because that's about it. That's how I would do it. And we'd go to the store. I'd say, where do I get this sour beer that you got for me? Get more of them. And we'll crank down a 4-pack and then put it on. Room full of snacks.
Oh.
And we'd be ready to rock.
It is almost time.
For
Tied
what?
To a chair. There you go.
Tied to it. Yeah, so we have to do that. We'll tie me to a chair. Make sure I have a straw long enough to get to my beer, and plenty of snacks. Somebody could feed me snacks. Dude, I'm thinking pizza and wings, that sour beer, and Rise of Shitwalker, and we'd be ready to rock. And a video camera. We got to video it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So the other day I went to a place. I want to plug this place as well. It's called the Record Space. So if anybody's traveling through the St. Louis area, it's kind of between the county. It's right on the edge of city area and county. And I meant to go there. A friend of mine helped me do those bags for Tommy Tallarico. I did those in television cornhole bags. And so they helped me do it with their Cricut. And I said, hey, let me buy you dinner. So let's go get some pizza. So we went up, we're pulling in to get our pizza. And And I said, I wonder if there's any good music stores down here. And I look to the right, and there's a store right next door. And that was months ago when I did that. So I finally looked it up, and I went by there the other day, and I went shopping. Now, Jeff has already gotten these, but I decided of the two that I wanted, I was going to get this one.
Yeah.
And the other day, I texted Jeff the other day because I was listening to Devo all morning. I put a bunch of their CDs on my my glorified iPod. So then I'm in there shopping the other day, and I'll be ding-danged. I went ahead and bought the other one. Damn you, Go Game Go.
Damn you, Go Game Go.
So I couldn't resist. It was sitting up there, and it's a local shop. So I thought the price wasn't horrible. It was $15, and they sell them. He says I immediately take them out of the case and put them right into these plastic box pieces. So what do we get?
It's your favorite scene, man.
That dude. Wait, here comes porn guy right there. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, why you got that face? I don't know what the director thought when he was like, yeah, let's keep that. That's a wrap.
That is just
embarrassing.
Of all time.
Embarrassing. I mean, the whole time, what are we supposed to be thinking? He's not going to make it. He can't make it. I mean, and of course, that guy can't even see them anymore. He can't even see them anymore. They're miles away. And he's going, wow. So you don't know if he's, see what I mean? Geographically, he's gone. Like, they're piled in tight. I'd be worried about that guy behind me.
Complete barrel roll, but his hair didn't move.
Hair didn't move. And he's got time to pull that crap.
A little salute. Oh,
why don't we do that? Show, why don't we do that? We'll have a.
What the hell is that guy wearing? Assless chaps? If you must know, all chaps are assless.
David Lee Roth was huge at that time, so.
Well, that's about all for that time we show you. But it had to be shown because I know how much you love that scene. And,
yeah. Especially porn face man. I wonder if it says that in the credits.
Maybe.
Hey, wait a minute. You were porn face man in Megaforce. What? Porn face.
I can think of at least 3 things wrong with that statement.
I just got the vinyl single of yeah, you got the vinyl single. Really? Nice job. Yeah, I was watching that video. I was checking it out the other day. Cool track, man. A lot of fun. But the cool thing, did you ever listen to Devo much?
Not very much, but a little bit.
A little bit. Jeff and I were respectively into Devo. Because we didn't know each other. What do you got there?
Sorry, when I said it was time, I meant to open this at 10 o'clock, which is 8 o'clock CST. 10 o'clock PPT. This is a Four Rivers of Fluss.
Ooh.
Which is, if I was younger, I could read. It's just
and somebody who's
Munich Helles Lager.
Oh. Now, what's the deal? I remember seeing a movie in a small beach town, and Megaforce was one of the trailers. People clapped. That's great.
Different era.
Diamond Dave called. He wants his assless chaps back.
Oh, dude.
Hey, okay.
I think that's the Frasier line that you're coming up to. Actually, Niles, all chaps are assless. That's my beer. Sorry, dear.
Oh, what is
another one?
this? Dude got the call back from his agent. You got the part as guy with porn face in a major motion picture. Oh, yes. Could you imagine? Did he make that face when he found out he got the part?
My guess,
Yeah.
my guess is he was under the same envisionment that I was tonight, thinking that this just could be the break that gets me over the top. I'm assless chap guy with a freaking bit part next to porn face, and freaking today I'm the guest host on Go Game Go. There's no
Tom?
looking back now, buddy.
I could just see him on the set. Tom? Yeah, Joe, what do you need? Okay, I said, how do you want me to look at this guy? I mean, this guy's coming in on his motorcycle. He's like flying. What are you looking for? What do you want my face to look like? I don't know. Make it look like you're seeing a porn or something. I mean, it's just in, out, just, but he's going all the way in. You want him all the way in. I'm like, I don't know why is he like, yeah, I don't know. It's either that or a really good steak. I don't know which one it is, because they're very close.
That's cool.
It's like the classic better than sex. Diver, tell you that story where I had one of my bosses in the past loved lemon pie.
Okay.
And we bought her one for her birthday, and she took a bite out of it. She goes, "Oh, that's better than sex." And I looked right at my boss. I'm like, "You haven't gotten much lately, have you?" I'm like,
oh God.
I'm sorry. You can use the phrase, "There's nothing like it," but do not tell me it's better than. Just, you can't do that. Mama C, Pete stole your beer. Now, hey, let me ask you this too. Here's something everybody's gonna want to know this.
Yep.
Yeah, JD, the O face. Everybody's gonna want to know this, because now that we're all buddies and everybody's gonna be traveling to Canada to get up there and see their favorite Canadian when it's available. What's it like if can we bring beer there?
You can bring like 24 each cans.
24 each. So I can bring 24 cans. My wife can bring 24 cans.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Because one of my favorites is that I've told you about it before, is the Lap Wing. And actually my son's getting a new place, and he's going to be closer to the brewery where I got that, where they make it. And so I thought, we come up, I really want to bring you a 4-pack of that stuff.
Sure.
This is what happens when I leave all the good beer at home when I leave for the work for the week. She goes for the week to work.
Yeah.
3
days.
3 days. Wow.
Yeah.
You can, but why would you want to?
Yeah. All the good beers up here.
Yeah. Good man. You know where to stay. So, so I did go to the record store. So the place is called The Record Space. So if anybody is coming through St. Louis, you want to find a cool place to go. They also have an online service. You can check out some stuff, order online, things like that. But the gentleman's name there is Don. And he also sells turntables there. He has the U-turn style, the brand, which I was reading some reviews on today and stuff. So I'm going to get out my turntable back there. I almost went by there today and bought one. But you have to also buy a preamp to go with it. So I was like, I don't quite understand all that yet. A turntable with the preamp. Does anybody have a good way to tell how that works? Do you, Pete?
I'm not very good at it. No, a lot of them have it built in, and then you just hook them up to a regular amplifier, or just if you have a preamp, I think you just hook it up to a speaker.
Yes, that's my understanding. But but I don't know what is the. I just didn't understand the preamp. Does it have to get an amped signal first?
Well, I just think the signal is so light, it's not going to resonate unless you have something to amplify it. I
But I
really
mean,
don't know. I'm not.
but I mean,
far,
I
far
have an
from that.
amplifier. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm going to run it through an amplifier. Isn't that what?
I'm not sure. I'm not
So, I
sure.
mean, it's the,
Somebody out there is
because I'm
going to
like,
know.
I know that's what I'm like. Somebody's got to know. Here's what Canadian maple syrup versus Vermont.
Well, that's sort of funny because the best Canadian maple syrup all comes from Quebec.
Hmm.
And it's really in the area right around Vermont, Quebec, New Hampshire are all like just in a circle.
Hmm.
So very, very identical type of area that they come from. So
So they'll all be kind of very similar.
yeah, it's a great spot for maple syrup. That
Right. It's a
part
region,
of both
right?
countries, that region exactly. It just
Right.
happens that the border between Vermont and Quebec runs through it, but it's that area that's so damn good for maple syrup. Like
So
Quebec
it's like,
produces something like 85 or 90% of the maple syrup in the world. Quebec
wow.
does. Yeah, it's really crazy right up through. But and Vermont will be like the southern point, but Vermont and New Hampshire are here. Quebec is Quebec would be 40, 50 times the size of New Hampshire, Vermont. But
Right.
again, the border's right there. That's side by side. It's just that whole area that
Wow.
has maple syrup. So which
Wow.
one's better? It's the same region, right?
Yeah.
Per
They should make
se,
a video game out of that.
out of
They could just call it
tapping
Maple
maple
Days.
syrup.
Yeah, it's just like like harvesting maple syrup. They could call it Maple Days, and it would be
I don't,
DAZE.
I don't think that would be all that exciting because
Oh, sure
you
it would.
you put something into the maple tree. It's a little
Yeah,
spigot, and you hang a bucket
yeah,
on it, and you let it sit
yeah.
there for 4 or 5 days as it drips into the bucket and fills the bucket up.
I wonder if they
And
should
then
do
you
that.
take that bucket of sap and you pour it you boil it down.
Yeah.
It takes 10 or 15 buckets of sap to make a bucket of syrup.
Get out.
And so, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mama
Oh,
C wants to try some.
sure. We always
I
have
have
maple
an
syrup. It's not that expensive here. We always have. I use real maple syrup more than I use
Christine
other.
does too.
I cook with
Yeah.
it a lot too. You can make some amazing things with maple syrup. Maple pork tenderloin. Oh God, that's good.
Oh, dude,
Oh
shut
yeah, stuff
up.
like that. Maple and pork products just seem to go really good together. I don't know, like a
Uh-huh.
tenderloin or a good sirloin pork or something like that with
Yeah.
like yeah, just different combinations.
Yeah, it's not a mystery that they make maple syrup bacon.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
you know,
So
I
I
don't
like
like
maple sausage too, but I don't. Mama C
yeah,
doesn't as much, but
yeah. I don't necessarily love when it's, with it. I'd rather just make it, have it with my pancakes and dip it. I don't care if it touches it. So, what else was I going to say about that?
JD was filling in on the preamp issues too.
I know. That's why I thought I'd jump on here. So I have an external project preamp plugged into my Yamaha receiver. But does your receiver have an amp in it, or is it only a receiver? And Denon vintage turntable. Okay. Phono level is different than line level. Okay. I'm not picky, Crow says. I just go with Hungry Jack. I love this. I love this phono maple combo we've got going here. We'll just like one foot has maple syrup on it, the other one has a record on it. As we walk through here, you need to bring up phono to line level. In comes preamp. Okay, newer turntables have preamps built in. Not a fan of that though. It's kind of like the primer and paint in the same thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I have seen those. They're more expensive, of course, because they have the preamp built in. But it's true. It's kind of like when you've got solid state. I would assume it's like solid state versus hot diggity. Thank you, Lance. I was originally going to go to my friend's house to watch this. He was thinking it was tomorrow, but he goes, wait, what am I thinking? It's tonight. Syrup Simulator 2021. See? There you go.
That's what I was about to say. I'm patting that title. If you could have Goat Simulator, you could have friggin'
Syrup Simulator.
Syrup Simulator. So
I would think that they would put. I would think they'd put that into like Animal Crossing, where you can
there you go.
get sap. You could plant maple
That's
trees
a
and get
great
sap.
idea
out.
for it.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Great idea because it's naturally sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like we've talked. Mama C and I have talked about going to. She would like to go, and I would like to go sometime too, to a place where they're doing because you can go visit the syrup producers.
Yes.
Without being too far around here from here, and they do stuff like they make special like out of just the sap. They'll do stuff in the snow like that you can make with fresh snow, and it's like almost like candy. It's so sugary,
Right.
it's so good, and then buy
Wow.
real freshly made maple syrup. It's just nothing better. Nothing better. We have maple syrup you buy in the store. It's like in a can, like an apple juice can, right? I mean, it's as opposed to the fancy bottles that you see most places, right? But just
and what's the price on
pure, fresh maple syrup? Oh,
yeah,
I love it.
What's the price on that?
Usually, I think we buy a bottle that's probably a pint, maybe a little bit more than a pint, maybe 500 mil, 600 mil, which is a liter to a quart, not far different.
Correct.
Around $10. And I think it's more expensive. You would probably pay a little bit more where you are for it.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Typically, we get it for a pretty good price.
Huh.
For the most part, it's always on sale and stuff because when it's available, it's like in surplus.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, because I'm thinking that would be something that I'd want to. Do they? You can eat the beige snow, but not the yellow snow. Thank you.
That's the sap in the snow. They do. I remember seeing videos and stuff. They put the sap in the snow, and then it sort of makes an icy like thing. It's like a candy almost.
Yeah.
Sugar in the snow. It's different.
Oh, I know that they did the they had the McGriddle for a while. Do they still do those?
We have those still, yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I don't want the sweet always all the way through the sandwich with the stuff.
Very, very artificial, man. Very, very artificial, right?
Oh yeah, not to mention. Yeah. It's like Pizza Hut when they started with the and when they started with the stuffed crust, and it was more like real cheese, and then it became some foam.
Yeah.
It started out as Star Wars and ended. Now it's like Rise of Skywalker.
That's happening,
That's not a lemonade snow cone. Oh, yuck.
I can just imagine this is going to be Stu and I, the camera back here, and us watching Rise of Skywalker and the sarcastic ass comments that are going to be thrown around that room.
Pete's going to, what's going to happen? Pete's going to make me a lemonade snow cone, and he's going to get me a McGriddle at McDonald's, and we're going to watch Rise of Skywalker. I'll be sitting there going, oh, this thing tastes, what the? No, it's lemon. Just tastes different in Canada.
Really? Salty lemon.
Salty lemon. we like to call them the sample.
There you go.
Hey, you want another sample?
So how about what? Here we go.
Well, you got to get me drunk before you do all that.
Maybe you guys don't even have these down here.
That's how Pete gets me drunk and takes advantage of me. He makes me drink, and then he makes me
watch Rise of Skywalker with a follow-up by Megaforce.
I'll wake up the next morning like, I had the worst dream ever.
Triple feature with Spaceballs.
I remember the Pizza Hut dessert pizzas. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, all you can eat. Yeah.
Do you guys have the double down up there? Or have you ever had the double down?
I've heard of that. What is it?
That's KFC. where instead of bread for the sandwich, the bread was the battered breaded chicken patties, and in the middle was like egg and cheese, or not egg and cheese, but
No.
bacon and cheese.
Oh my God.
2 slabs of chicken, nice, heavily breaded and greasy, deep fried chicken over top of a nice chunk of bacon with lots of cheese and maybe some
Oh,
tomato sauce or some sort of funky sauce.
oh my God.
And they said it was like the most for the most calories per weight of anything ever produced and fed to humans for consumption by a fast food restaurant.
That's heart-wrenching, is what it is.
Well, literally.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey,
Heart
Retro
wrenching
Renegades.
and artery busting. Hey, Retro Renegades. Right on.
Oh man, that's crazy. No. No. I think it's bad enough. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing my Wayward Sons. Why? Because we're 2 days away from their brand new album, Even Up the Score. So
Right on.
I
can't wait to hear that. I bought the single, right? Or I got this. I've been listening to the single
Yeah.
on since you brought it up on YouTube
Yeah.
Music.
That's right. That's
I
right.
enjoy it.
I
So I can't wait to
I feel
get the
kind of bad. I haven't done enough for that new record coming out. It's just work is just it's crazy.
It's also
And
a necessity, so.
I get home and I'm just like, I just don't, I've talked to a lot of other people at work and they're just like, I'm wiped out when they get home. They're like, I didn't even want to do anything.
Well, we got
So-
talking about my wonderful, fantastic, exhilarating. Don't go looking for it because it could never be duplicated. I had to remove it from YouTube. My live
Sex
stream
tape?
last evening.
Oh,
No, this was much more humiliating than my sex tape.
wait, Toblerone or the
Toblerone!
rise of, woo!
The Magic Games.
Yes.
Which one? How many Magic Games do you have for your television? You don't.
I have-
television,
No, I don't.
but you have some
Nope.
games, don't you?
I have those for the 2600.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right on.
Yeah. Demon Attack, Atlantis.
Demon Attack, classic
Well-
game. Yeah, we do have to. Lance just put up there. We have to convince you to get the original in television, like everybody else has gotten one. Lance, I want you to chime in too, because I know you have a bunch of these.
How much are they lately? So show me some more. What else do you got?
Okay, so you said your next favorite. Atlantis?
Yes. Dude,
Okay.
I flipped out when I saw a video of that game. I was like, oh my God.
This is what I was gonna I have these out because this is what I was gonna play. I was gonna play a few of the Magic games because there's 14 titles for the television. And
Yeah.
Atari 2600, which you're very familiar with, third-party software. I always considered Activision to be the top-notch third-party developer for the Atari system, and Magic to be a second. Okay,
Gotcha.
And it's the exact opposite for the Intellivision. The Magic's number one, Activision's number two.
Wow.
Yeah, those are two of the very first ones. This one also was right off the get-go, and it's a game that's loved by many. Right there, Beauty and the Beast.
I've never played that.
And it's a Donkey Kong type similar clone, except for it's much more fast paced, and it's not the plodding up and down. It's very quick action going up through, and you try to work yourself to the top of the building, and you actually throw somebody off the top of the building.
Oh,
Slappy Marsden. How you doing, Slappy?
But shaking Slappy. Swiss Chalet used to have some awesome caramel ice cream sundaes. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Do they even have Swiss Chalet chicken restaurants?
I don't think they do, Slappy. I mean, Mama and I make it a habit pretty much every year of going to Swiss Chalet just before Christmas, because they always have their Christmas feast, which is, I don't know, it's the same thing every year, and it ends up you get like Lindt chocolates with them at the end. And it's a restaurant-y chain, like where you actually go in and sit down. And you got rotisserie chicken and ribs and stuff like that. It's a nice little restaurant. It's middle of the road, I would say.
Huh. Good old comfort foods, right?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
You've seen this game, right?
I know of it. I know of it because of you. But I've never seen it, seen the box and
Fantastic game. It's like Slim Goodbody on the front, I always say, right?
You
Blast from the
know, like
past.
Seinfeld. This is how doctors see us.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Dragonfire.
Dragonfire.
Yeah. And I'm just all I'm going to say about this one. I was going to play a little bit last night, but for me, the box is the highlight of the game. I don't know what
Oh,
other people think about it.
yeah.
Hey,
There
Rob.
was a lot of those. Beauty and the Beast, thanks to Pete, Demon Attack Atlantis, and Nova Blast.
Nova Blast. Oh, from Luke, and that's what we're going to set you up with Luke. Get him to get you into the Intellivision world with the rest of us. So,
yeah, because I just need a good way to find one and know how much I should pay to get one.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now. You go to the Intellivision collector. He's not going to lead you astray. He's set up Jeff. He's set up JD. Lance has gotten stuff from him. I've gotten tons of stuff from him. He's the way to go. If you're looking for a game, for a thing, tell him how you want to start, what you want to spend. He'll get you set up.
Perfect.
Yeah. Speaking of that game,
there you go.
Blast. This is like a Defender clone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that style of game. We had it when I was a kid. Didn't play it a whole lot, but fair amount. And it's not a bad game at all.
So did you have the Atari?
I had the Atari myself. It was my brother-in-law who actually had the Intellivision.
You like my neighbor.
I spent as much time at their house with my sister's house as I did at home when I was a kid. Just always be over in the States. Like it's literally from where I live right now, it would be a 20-minute walk.
Wow.
So yeah, I spent the whole time growing up. I mean, I'd drive a bike to town and go there and end up staying there for 3 days type thing.
Wow.
But he had the Intellivision and all the games and stuff like that. Is it hand sharpied the 125 seconds? Rab now, come on. It'd be at least 135 seconds.
Yeah, right. Give me that.
This one is a bit infamous right here, Swords and Serpents.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Fun game. It's kind of looks like Gauntlet. If you remember Gauntlet, only it's not. It's well before Gauntlet. You'd almost see Gauntlet sort of come off of this one. But the big kicker about this one here is they ran out of memory when they were friggin' finishing it.
Yeah.
You can't beat the damn game. You get to the final part, you can't do anything with the dragon.
Wait a minute. You know what else was like that?
What else was like that?
My copy of Wolverine. Did you ever play the NES game of Wolverine?
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. But
I couldn't beat it. I couldn't beat it. I made it all the way to Sabretooth, and I couldn't beat him. That's so weird that you just said that.
Well, you look at this on the back of the box, and it shows the dragon right there inside the castle.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's 4 or 5 levels down or whatever like that. But reality is, if you get to that point, there's no way to get the walls away to get into that dragon.
Oh,
they ran out of memory when they were making it, so they just ended it.
Oh, my God.
And there's actually letters out there where people at the time wrote to the company and asked them about it. Maybe Lance knows right off. But the letters would come back to the people. They'd always make something up and say that it was part of the extra challenge. Now you should go back through and try to defeat more monsters or something like that. But it was just a bit of a scam because they never really, you could not get in to fight that dragon.
Wow. And to answer this real quick too, I have played those. I haven't, maybe he did have Burger Time. My neighbor had these games and I played Cloudy Mountain a bunch, and I played Tron Deadly Disc. We played that a lot.
Wow.
I played baseball a lot too with him.
Yep. Baseball. Absolutely.
Kick my ass.
Tron Deadly Disc is my favorite game.
I love it. Love it. I'm the same. I couldn't get enough of it. So what else do you have?
Teaser, because that's coming out of the Intellivisionaries podcast here in the next couple days.
The
one that TJ was playing.
Yeah.
Dracula. And that's a very interesting game. We had that back then too. I really didn't play it a whole lot. I've got to get back into it. I haven't played it in years. I got to but it's a very different type of game. Very unusual. Okay. Hey, Back from the Dead. Let's see. Yeah, the challenge to get to the dragon should be fulfilling. Not, yeah, exactly, Lance. Jeez. Yeah, JD's been playing Tron Deadly Death. Never had it, and he's been playing it lately, and it's simply a fun game. As
It
simple as
is.
it looks, it's just plain fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And next up, we got Safecracker, which is a very interesting game. You drive around a town trying to find certain buildings, and you break in, and you have to break into the safe and get the combinations, and police are chasing you. But it's got some control issues, I'll say right off. And this is also going to be the next game I'm covering on the 125. So I have to sit down and put some time into it again. We did have it when I was a kid. I did play it a lot back then, and I got to be okay at it. But it's a difficult game to play, I'll tell you right off the get-go. But I have to get another look at that and get into if we're going to make a 125 episode, which is the next one.
Right.
I actually have 2 copies of Safecracker 2 for whatever reason. I ended up getting a really good deal on one game. You got a second copy of it. It's an uncommon game as well. So it's good to have that one. I've always sort of wanted it for trade bait of some sort. But
yeah.
This game is ice tracking. It's always looked very fun to me. But I didn't have it when I was a kid. It's a game that I've gotten recently. And it's in this game, you run across the tundra through a herd of caribou to get to a point where there's icebergs floating, and you have to grab them with your grappling hook to make a bridge to cross over. To get to the ice castle that you have to take over to rescue your girlfriend, Aurora Borealis.
You know what's funny about that, though? I think it might
fun game.
If my daughter, I think, ever has a daughter, I think she wants to call her Aurora.
Just a couple more. Another
Imagine
one did not play a lot. Fairly rare, called Whitewater.
Oh, yeah, I've never heard of that one.
It's a rafting game where, again, I got one that I've only had recently, played a little bit just yesterday, trying to learn it for my stream, which failed to happen. And just an interesting game going down the rapids in a raft, trying to stay in the raft, and then you jump out of the raft at some points to try to find treasures.
The River Wild, as we would say, right?
Tropical Trouble.
Oh, okay.
Which is the official sequel to Beauty and the Beast, because that's Horrible Hank on the front, it looks like, and he's he's stolen or kidnapped your girlfriend, and you have to run through the jungle to try to, as opposed to going up a building to rescue her, you have to go through a jungle and cross a bridge, avoiding rocks and stuff. So
you gotta have John Fogerty.
2 more.
You could have John Fogerty playing while you run through the jungle.
Yeah, there you go. One of the more rare games going, and that's trucking.
Wow.
And that is a actual inside. There's a map of the U.S. with the actual highway system.
Shut up.
Obviously, very, 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 very simplified. And you basically haul loads of stuff all around the states, trying to get enough money to, I don't know, I think you're just trying to earn money as you go.
I would think that would be a game that Jeff would really appreciate.
This is a fairly difficult game to get. I know that Luke Boudreau does have a copy on televisioncollector.com right now.
Okay.
He has a few of these different games, but I mean that's not a cheap game right there. I think this is how I get the second Safecracker, because I found this for like $30 with that. And I was like, oh my God, what a deal. It was an eBay thing that ended at 2:00 one afternoon, and it was like amazing. So I got this. And the thing about it, there's the map in here that shows the states. Like, it's just fairly
right,
like 8x11 page folded up, or whatever. And it's more difficult to get that map than anything.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. So, and last but not least, the game is sort of the holy grail of Magic games that I've just recently gotten. And I haven't even had it on one of my pickup videos yet, but I've needed this game as the last Magic game for quite a while. And Mr. Boudreau gave it to me this summer as a gift, and that's a copy of Fathom. Which is you're trying to rescue the mermaid princess from King Neptune's gate, something like that. Or again, not a game I had as a kid. Very hard to find nowadays. And this copy is actually shrink wrapped in there. So
get out.
Very nice game to have right there. Very, very nice game to have. So
did all
you
of
don't
your
see very often. It's very difficult to get.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So
And that's
do
all
all
of the Magic titles.
do most of those games come in those boxes, or are those boxes the plastic boxes on the outside, or do you get those?
I buy those. Oh no, I buy those separate. I buy some of those now.
Okay.
You can buy different sizes. Like I don't know if you have any of your games. I have all my Atari games, and then there's a specific size for Atari. The
Oh,
Intellivision ones, if you see, there's a space up at the top on this because the television
yeah.
boxes, for the most part, they're long box ones, and it's hard to
Yeah.
find these protectors for that.
Huh.
These Magic boxes are just big enough, just wide enough that they don't fit into the Atari boxes. I wouldn't put them in them at all. They're too tight.
Oh, all right.
So they're in the tall box, but it's hard to get these. Just recently,
And do you,
out of Montreal,
okay.
Quebec,
Yeah.
there's a guy who I've had on my channel. I bought stuff and had unboxings with him of the stuff that I
Yeah.
picked up at the store. He's just started getting the Intellivision ones in, and he sells them. The 100
Okay.
pack of the 100 pack of the Intellivision long box ones. He sells them cheaper in Canadian money than I've ever been able to find them in the States in American money, and the shipping is a lot cheaper. Believe it or not,
Really?
than anything from the States. So, especially for me in Canada, but I used to have them shipped to my sister to Calais, to Maine, and the shipping was
Okay.
much more to ship them from wherever I bought them in the States to Maine than he charges to ship from Montreal to wherever. And shipping from Canada to the States right now isn't that bad. Shipping
Has
from the
it
States
gotten
to
better?
Canada is crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well, they
listen,
have
Respawn and Replay is where I get those protectors. You get protectors for anything. They're if you have a collection or want to keep care of anything, I highly like that's in a great protector, and it needs to be because right.
Yeah. Right. Right. Well, they have let me see. I'm looking at different ones that they have available. Like there's ones for the 64 games, Nintendo 64 games. Those are
Where are you
just
looking?
under on Amazon.
Okay. eBay and Amazon tend to be more expensive than if you could find a good place to set. If you buy bulk, 75 cents a piece is what you should roughly be paying.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, because I'm seeing like here's a 10 pack.
Yeah.
Clear plastic box protectors for Nintendo NES games.
Yeah.
For $15. So that's
right.
over $1 a piece, obviously.
And I'm paying half that Canadian money.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
See, 15 US to me is about 1850.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a significant difference for me.
Maybe what I'll do is whenever I'm getting ready to come up there, then we'll price it out, and I can have you get me some, and I'll bring them back with me.
Yeah. Well,
or if it's just as cheap for him to ship them here, then I'll get them from him.
They do that all the time, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll have to get that information from you.
Yeah. No, it's great. Respawnandreplay.com. I'm always happy.
Respawn.
Anybody in the friggin' business who I think is providing a good service. I mean, I just like to say, hey, this guy gives good service. And this guy I deal with in Montreal, Sebastian at Respawn and Replay, he's got a fun website to browse too, because he's got a little bit of everything on there.
Okay. So it's just two words. It's Respawn Replay, right?
Respawn and Replay. Just
it is and. Okay, good. I put it right there then.
.com and yeah.
All right. And then what's the gentleman's name?
Sebastian.
Yep. That's like Francisco. It's just fun to say. Sebastian. Yep. Did you ever see the movie Green Ice?
It sounds vaguely familiar, but I'm going to say no.
It had Ryan O'Neal, and back in the day, who was the actress when you were a teenager that you were just like, wow, and not like I mean, for me, Ann Archer was just wow. It wasn't like she's freaking hot, man. It was different than that. It was more like this woman is beautiful and just wow.
Ursula Anderson.
Oh yeah.
Good reaction. Oh yeah.
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 Oh yeah. Yeah.
And for
Because she
whatever
was.
reason, Elkie Summer.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 Why am I not? I gotta remember. I'm gonna look her up because I gotta
Well,
remember.
Ursula Andress, I'm sorry. James Bond, the Doctor No is like, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 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 Elkie Summers. Yeah.
Well, Elkie Summer wasn't in that. That was Ursula
No, I
Andress.
know, but I remember her now. I was like, I know the name and I know who that is. And I'm like, yeah, she had a very, I don't know, there was something in her smile. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Very, very pretty. Very pretty.
It's funny. Sebastian was the name of our very first cat that she and I had back in 1994, I believe it was.
Wow.
Yeah, he was the cat that would play fetch. We had an apartment, and there was the room and a big long hallway, and we could bounce the thing off the wall that we down, and that cat would run and grab the ball and bring it back, and you just sit in the chair, put your hand down like this, and it would drop the ball
Yeah.
back in your hand, and you just throw it back again, and it would just do that all night.
Shut
Yeah.
up.
Loved it. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, here, I forgot to show these. They came in a little later after. Trucking is hard to find complete, especially like you said with the mat.
Yeah.
Fathom, tough one to get.
Yeah.
You can get the small and tall box and television protectors for around $1 each on eBay.
Yep.
Cool. I don't know how I missed those things. That's pretty cool. Named after Sebastian the Crab. There you go. Elkie Summer was in A Shot in the Dark with Peter Sellers. I've seen her somewhere in one of the other movies. I don't remember seeing her in that one because that's been so long since I've seen that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
But yeah, I did love the Aaron Gray though. Aaron Gray was another one of those just stunning women. Oh, there you go. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Peter Sellers and Elkie Summer.
Well, that was something else. When I went to when I was at the record space the other day, you go in and they have all their vinyl and stuff, and they have like new vinyl too. He's really into horror movies. So they have like the House 2 soundtrack, and they come together, the House and House 2 soundtrack on brand new vinyl.
Okay.
He was telling me that there's a guy, Sugar. I can't remember who he worked with. He's a musician, and he was with he played for a very famous musician, and now he's doing remasterings of old horror soundtracks. And it's like a booming business for him. He just sits there, he just hangs out and remasters all those now and releases them on his label. So yeah, so it's pretty amazing. But in the back though, he's got a room with DVDs and Blu-rays, but then on the wall, I was going to almost ask him, but then I was back there and I saw it, and he had laser discs. It was really cool. There was a few things I thought about getting. And speaking of our show, Go Game Go, they had a copy of The Wizard.
Oh yeah,
with Fred Savage, right?
Yep, I watched that recently on Amazon or something like that, just because I had never seen it back in the day. Yeah, yeah.
Me either. I don't think I had either.
Yeah.
So I almost bought it, but I didn't. I saw it on DVD on Amazon. I spent so much freaking money. Peter Sellers' Shot in the Dark versus Ozzy Osbourne's Shot in the Dark. Well, it takes a lot less time to watch Ozzy's Shot in the Dark, but I did love that. I like that song. I love that record. The Ultimate Sin is a great record. Unlike Bark at the Moon, not a great record. So yeah, do you have much vinyl at all?
We probably have 70 or 80 records here. That's about it.
Cool.
We have this little store in town that's owned by friends of ours, and we go in and we'll pick up stuff. But most of the stuff we have is just stuff that we used to listen to in high school, be poppy stuff more than anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just what we listen to. We listen to a lot of Canadian. We both, Mama Seed loves Canadian rock pop from the 80s and 90s, and we have a ton of that, whether it's Honeymoon Suite or Haywire or you name it. I mean, we got stuff like that. The Canadian stuff, especially.
Yeah.
She could type in about 10 names here right now, I'm sure.
Do you have any Coney Hatch?
I don't know. I don't think so. She is definitely the music aficionado in this house. Definitely.
Barely at the Moon. That's a great tune.
Or Bark at the Moon minus the autocorrect.
Barely at the Moon.
Mama C, no.
Ma'am.
What? No, what?
No. She doesn't like Bark at the Moon, or
I don't know.
Bark, damn autocorrect. So I recently checked out a lot of Climax Blues Band.
Oh yeah.
And it's really good stuff. I did not realize.
Oh, no Cody Hatch.
No. Oh, right. Not Corey Hatch. Coney Hatch.
Coney Hatch. Yeah. No Coney Hatch.
Yeah,
I read
no
it wrong.
Coney Hatch.
I was getting mixed up with Corey Hatch.
You did? Right. But this is great. This is the album that originally Couldn't Get It Right. Which we're going to do in our new band. I had to get a copy of this. I'm probably going to give this to my friend. It's an interesting biker band. And it was just an interesting album back in the day. I fell in love with the cover, obviously. I'm like, what the hell is this? So I had to get it. But yeah, it's one of those albums like British Lions. If I find it, I got to buy it.
Yeah.
And then I was just talking about this album on my show recently. $1 Billion Babies. When the band left Alice Cooper and he became just Alice Cooper,
right?
Those guys his band went on to do $1 Billion Babies.
Oh wow!
So it's a really good record, and the cover. This is artwork by Peter Lloyd, the same guy who did Dragonfly from Jefferson Starship.
Okay.
Did the Kansas logo. Also did Kansas Song for America and Audio Visions. And this is one of my favorite bands right here. City Boy. And this has their song 5705 on it.
Not to be confused with John Denver's Country Boy.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. This is the City Boy.
Let's clarify that.
But a British band, and if I'm right, you'll see this. It's produced by who? Mutt Lange.
Oh yeah.
So he was working with him. It's my understanding that when they were messed up, when they were having tough times staying sober and being able to do stuff, to record Hysteria, Mutt Lange brought in Mike Slamer, who was in City Boy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And do you have an original copy of Fleetwood Mac Rumors? Yeah. Yeah. Eagles' greatest hits.
Now, 64-bit Connor, who, of course, I should say, is Mutt Lange is Mr. Shania Twain?
Yeah, well, used to be. He's now
yeah.
ex-Mr. Shania Twain.
64-bit get into vinyl a lot. Connor, who you probably never met, he's popped into the chat once or twice, maybe over the years. With kiddo and lives in Halifax now. It's his birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday if he's listening, which he isn't, so that's fine. He's got a good record collection. Like he probably has a few hundred. records, and he was doing the thrifting and the yard sale, and he just was known for collecting. People would give him stuff. He's got tons of original stuff from the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Wow.
But not super valuable, but you know, like he would have a lot of original stuff. Like he has, yeah, you know, he would probably have 300, 400, 500 albums in his collection. But that's a lot of weight. That's a lot of stuff to move around. He's talked about like he's going to be 22 tomorrow, so he's still moving around a lot. So it's hard to lug 600 albums with you wherever you go, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Her dad's original Beatles albums, stuff like that. He won't get rid of. You know, the original friggin' first presses of Beatles albums, but a lot of the stuff he will, I'm sure. But anyway,
well, it's like you'll see the red right here,
yep.
Behind my Shinobi Warrior.
Yep.
That is a box set of Kingston Trio.
Oh, really? Yep.
Yeah, I inherited that from my father-in-law. He bought it. So those are like originals. And then a friend of mine just gave me the box. Chicago, their album all those years ago. He best not if he wants to see 23.
Yeah, precisely.
But yeah, she gave me that, which was pretty cool. And then I bought, what else did I get here? Oh, JD will be interested in this too in a minute.
You show
this
them.
is Larry Graham. Larry Graham and Graham Central Station. Larry Graham is like the grandfather of slap bass, slapping and popping. You know what? I should put myself big on the screen here, and then that way you can see these a little better. So yeah, Larry Graham and the Graham Central Station. Another album cover done by Peter Lloyd. Which was one of the reasons I bought it. But otherwise, it's just such a great record, and it's so well done. Air Race this I could not even believe I found this there. This is Shaft of Light, which was their first album. They did another album like 20 years later, which was actually a better record, but still, this is really good too. But look who the drummer is over here, right there. That is Jason Bonham. In Air Race. Do yourself a favor. If you haven't checked out Air Race, check them out. Especially that second record that came out so much later. Really, really good stuff. Runner. I had a copy of this album flat and had to pick up the album. I'm just trying to see if there's anybody that anybody would really know on here. And especially like producer James Guthrie did the production on it. So I kind of rings a bell, and there we go. Barry Goudreau from Boston, his solo record. I was really happy to get that. My buddy and I were talking about this yesterday and trying to remember what the big Keishi classic was. This was an album that came out in 79. I mentioned to Don that I really dig new wave music and listening to Devo lately and Gary Newman and Shoes. I didn't even mention Shoes yet. And he goes, "Are you into Chicago new wave?" And he goes, and I said, "Well, yeah, I like Shoes, you know." And he goes, "Well, here's the Shivers." So they re-released the Shivers. They're doing a re-release of it. Evidently, it's unfortunate, but here's the lead singer, and he said that he's going to release the album. Don is on his label. He's going to release it on cassette, if you can believe it. So they're going to do a cassette run of it. And he said that Jill is in bad physical shape, can't even write. So when he had the contracts and everything to do that, she just had to give her verbal approval.
Really?
So, yeah. So I went ahead and picked it up. It's really good. He played me a sample of it, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. And it came. Plus, I got a free bumper sticker out of it. So yeah. So those are the things I picked up. I'll be showing those probably again tomorrow. But here's the one Here's the one I didn't pass it up. This is kind of like an early birthday present for me. The deluxe version, the brand new Iron Maiden album.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I've been saying that I almost didn't get it. I almost said, you know what, I'll hold off on that, but I didn't. I'm like, screw it, I'll just do it. So we'll see. I'm not. Kevin Shirley is the guy they've been working with to do their production as of late, and he did a lot of work. The only other stuff that I really know that he did was Dream Theater, and I don't know. When he's with Iron Maiden, it's a little muddy.
Right.
Hard to say. I'm sorry. Oh, the middle school dances. They're up to about 175 out. Well, you can see how many I have. I had to just keep buying sleeves. So I don't know. It was a 4-pack of 300. So that's 1,200.
Yes.
And then I had to buy another set of 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I still have, that's what's there. You can see the blue. That's where I've got some left. So I was going to, I don't know if I took some to my son. I was going to give him about a dozen because I got extra. Chicago. Yep. Chicago Transit Authority. Larry Graham is awesome. Saw him about 5 years ago at the Hollywood Bowl. Shut your mouth. Part of the summer jazz show with the Ohio Players. I love the Ohio Players. Roller coaster. Freaking love Larry Graham. Nice guy too. We saw him front row at the local club. Oh man. Yeah, he's a dynamic person as well. Got a really good personality on stage. He's still playing. Thought it might be retiring. Bootsy Collins. You think from touring. Oh, because of health issues. He was awesome, man. I met up with him a couple of times down at the NAMM show. A lot of fun to talk to and watch. Took the first 2 maidens. I do not know. As you can see, it's still wrapped. I haven't even taken the plastic off yet. So I don't know. The artwork is really cool though. It's really neat stuff. But yeah, the vinyl thing is a lot of fun. I love the fact that my son likes taking me to vinyl shops now because they look for stuff. Yeah, you know. But still, my big story about him, and he'll probably not love me for this, but my favorite story with him was when we went shopping and I found a Joe Jackson record that I really wanted him to have. And he's like, well, I want to listen to it first. I'm like, dude, just let me buy you a record. I want to buy you a record. Just take the record. It's not like I'm going to buy you an Iron Maiden record or, whatever, that it's kind of music that I don't think you'd really even like. It's not like that. I'm like, this is a swing record and I think you and your wife would love it. So when they took the dogs for a walk, I bought the record. I said, forget it. I'm just going to buy it. So I went ahead and bought it. And then he and his mother went for a walk with the dogs. And I'm there with his wife. And I said, so I look at my daughter-in-law and I say, hey, I said, you mind if I throw something on the turntable real quick? She's like, sure, go ahead. I go, okay. I said, this is a record that I wanted to buy for you guys. And so she goes, oh, okay. I said, so if you like it, it's yours. And I put it on and she's like, I really like that. I'm like, I thought you would love that. I thought you would like that.
That's very thoughtful. And it's hilarious.
I said, it is yours. I know, right? I'm like, I knew you would like it. I didn't.
Yeah, there you go.
But I'm not buying your crap.
Oh,
I'm not buying your, buying your Rise of Skywalker.
Said no, so to heck with it.
Yeah, it's not like it's Rise of Skywalker. So it's like,
ooh.
I mean, who would buy that for somebody?
Who would buy that for somebody? It would only be something very, very wonderful gift to receive.
Somebody very cuddly would give you that.
Coco.
Coco. Oh man.
Yeah. Wow.
Coco and that beer drinking son of a bitch.
Oh,
Oh, I don't know. Just a random beer drinking son of a bitch.
Toblerone.
Toblerone. We need to make a label that you can put on those with the B in there. So yeah, but I almost did buy them, but they do have those little, like I said, they have those little snack sizes too, which doesn't seem like it would be worth it. So
It's very intentional that they have these ridges, right? That's so you could snap the pieces up and break off the little pieces of chocolate to have individually.
I'm gonna have to go back to the store and buy some of those.
You gotta wait until you get to Costco or something. Get some of the like I had earlier, the big ones.
Yeah.
Remember, that's how it all started. Is this massive chocolate bar that I had?
Well, I wonder if they have the big, because they always do those in like motels, right? Or something like that, where they would have the huge bar. I mean, I've seen that was the only way I ever knew that they existed.
Why motels?
I don't know.
I mean, you're not gonna leave it on the pillow. That's an 80s. There's a
dent. There's a dent in my pillow. What's going on?
Yeah.
That's where a guy pops in like you and goes, Toblerone.
Toblerone. Costco. I saw him at Costco this week. So, I'm hoping to get one for Christmas again this year because it really makes my Christmas when I get the Toblerone.
So wait a minute. So when you get a big ass Toblerone like that,
yeah,
how do you eat it?
Well, you break off a piece. It's all tinfoil. Like inside the box, it's all wrapped in tinfoil.
Yeah.
Just unwrap it. You just basically lean a piece or two off, and it snaps off, and there you go.
Yeah. So because that's like a candy bar.
The box and yeah. It's just like these little ones. That's designed to be like that's 50 grams, right? That's designed to be like a chocolate bar.
Yes.
But these other ones are like 2 kilograms or something like that, which is like close to 5 pounds.
Yeah, because that was the first.
You see the box of what I sent you the other day? I sent you the picture of the box of Smarties.
Yeah,
I never got a single comment back from any of you clowns on my box of Smarties that I sent you.
You mean that was in the box?
They were in the box. I showed you a picture of the box.
Yeah, I told you I liked them.
I know, but this is not the one that I mailed you. No, not the ones that were in the box. I sent you a picture the other day.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't catch it.
No, not just you. I sent it to everybody. And
right.
Like, I think it went over everybody's head what it was.
Oh. Okay. When did you send it?
Like Saturday. There it is right there.
Saturday. Okay. Where am I? Boy, geez, there's a lot. Monday. Okay. All right. I'm on Sunday. And I'm looking, what am I looking at there? What's that? What's the video game that JD sent?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, I just sent it to you again right there, right now.
Big Doomers.
No, I said that to you a lot. You guys, you in the group. I just went to Lance, I went to JD as well.
Yeah, but what's that video game that he sent? I'm eager to know. It's kind of Pac-Man-ish.
When?
He sent it on October 2nd. Right after the David Lee Roth thing. Oh, there it is. Holy crap, monkeys.
I sent that to you guys on Saturday.
Oh, dude. $60? Wait, $60? I think I paid $35.
What?
Oh, sorry. That's the WKRP. But no, that huge ass. How much was that box of Smarties?
Oh, $12.
Sweet.
That is might have been the 15, 16, but no more than that. That's a 1.5 kilogram box of Smarties.
Oh my God.
So in other words,
like a cereal box full of Smarties?
Well, you see my hand holding it there.
Well, I mean, because they make.
Was it a bunch of little boxes inside? No.
Right.
One big box with a whole bunch full of Smarties.
God, you could just pour them in a bowl and
If
pour
you put
milk
that
over
up on
them.
the screen, it's freaking massive.
Dude, I need that. Yeah,
So 1.5 kilograms is roughly 3.5 pounds of Smarties.
Jesus.
They would be
Because I want to make chocolate chip
30
cookies with
times the
those.
size of what I sent you guys.
God. That's incredible. Yeah, because see, I recently bought.
Lance, he drove home from Phoenix. That's right. He was down in Arizona. Drove straight home, 7 hours, regained consciousness yesterday. Well, it's going to be a lot longer drive than that to too many games next year, so don't worry about that with Phoenix.
Oh man.
Oh, Steve's
Yeah.
Lock and Chase.
Yeah, they are good.
Yeah, they are.
I love that JD said, "Yeah, I missed that too."
Well, I
that
sent
is.
that one and was like, I thought I'd get some smart ass comments about the big giant box of Smarties. I never heard a word about it.
Yeah, I missed it because I'd taken the picture of WKRP, and then JD or Lance was talking about Billy Joel.
Right. I guess
So
it was Friday
I must have.
that I sent it.
Yeah, it was like I just lost it in there somewhere.
Oh
well. Lance was he sent that that Billy Joel's 52nd Street was the first album released on compact disc
kind of neat,
on that date, which was October 1st, 1982.
Yeah.
And the weird thing was 1982, I do believe, was the end of 8 tracks as well.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Lock and Chase. Yeah.
Yeah, another game you can get for the Intellivision, Stu.
I have it for. I think I have it for the Nintendo and Nintendo for the Atari.
Yeah, that would be the probably the M Network version that you have.
Yeah. I mean that would be great. I mean, I think I even did. You know the what was the robber game that they had? Did they have one? I guess it was the one that they had for the Atari. And I was doing some artwork for school, and it had the guy running with the bag of money, and he had the mask.
There's actually 2 different box covers for that one. This one's harder to find.
Yes, I don't have that one.
No, but there's one where there's a guy. It's not hard to bring up. You do a little quick search. It's the one that always comes up for it.
Okay, for Lock and Chase.
No, this is Maze Craze.
Maze Craze, that's it. Yes. Yeah. Maze Craze. And then whenever I say it, I get it confused with Crater Maze. Maze Craze. Yep, there's the one. That's the one I have. But there's another, maybe there's artwork in the booklet or something with line art of a robber running with they're with the cop in the front looking like a Keystone Cop holding his hat.
Exactly, yeah. Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
JD just asked, there was an M Network version of Lock and Chase. There it is right there. Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what that game was that he showed the picture of.
Well, he was showing you the television version.
Gotcha.
Probably, but
gotcha. That looked like fun.
It is a fun game. Cool. Yeah. And what we were discussing on there is Chris Doomeresque from Vancouver. He goes by the Big Doomer on YouTube. When I did the 125 on it back last December, I found his video where he set the world record on it. And I used some of the footage from that, and I got talking to him about it and had him on. We did an interview on my channel with StreamYard on December 29th. So it was really great to meet Chris.
Wow.
Really great fella. And then making a small world, it was about 4 or 5 months later, Mama C and I were up at the 80s Bar Arcade in St. John, New Brunswick, and we were having a couple drinks watching the MTV Countdown, playing video games. I got a message from Chris Doomeresque in Vancouver, and he and his wife had been out around yard sale or saw some sort of ad online, I had just recently done the video where I picked up the RCA video disc player and a bunch of video discs.
Wow.
He found a group of 19 video discs that somebody was selling for $20. And he said, "Do you want them?" And I said, "Well, geez." And there were movies like that, A Shot in the Dark, that came from that group that he sent me.
Wow.
I saw A Clockwork Orange, and the answer was yes, because that's my favorite movie of all time. And all kinds of different, there's 19 movies, some double disc. He picked them up for me for $20, and it cost me $50 to ship them. I think I spent $75 altogether. The shipping, what they're bringing, that was like 30 pounds, like, oh. And but he shipped them out here. They all arrived perfect. He said, got that his wife packed them all up, and they shipped them out to me, and it was great. But that's how all these, it's things like that. The people you meet, the communities all over video games and YouTube and live streams, and yeah. So off on a tangent just by talking about Lock and Chase, and that's how I got my video discs out of Vancouver, which are amazing.
And there's that cover.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A game of Cops and Robbers, 1 and 2 players.
And if you
man. Yeah, and there's the other one.
Very different cover. And it also 256 games instead of 16 games.
Oh yeah. Holy crap.
Yeah, but it's the same games. You look down the corner.
Oh, I see.
2635. Yep. So these are the two different variations. This is a difficult one to get. I got it more or less by accident, not on purpose. I don't even have that version you just showed me, to tell you the truth.
That's the 2600 version I have of that.
Well, that's the 2600 version too. It's just an earlier.
Yeah. And that's pretty wild.
Games, they group some games together and call them 16 afterwards. But if you look, there's actually 256 different games to go through.
Holy crap.
Excuse me. The labels are different. The boxes are different. The game is the same.
The game is the same.
The game is the same.
Let me check these last couple of comments we've got in here.
Sure.
I do need an Intellivision. Yeah, I'll have to get started on figuring out how much do they run?
We'll probably get you set up with it and a good little selection of common games for less than 100 Canadian.
What?
Yeah, I don't think that's a lot. We'll probably get you set up for less than that.
Okay, great. That's perfect.
They're not significant, 80, $100.
Okay, good.
Offline we could talk. You should talk to JD. JD has just done it.
Yeah.
So you talk to JD. I don't know exactly what JD bought, but I've sent JD a bunch of games. Lance already had his television. He's got the television from when they were kids still, and I think he's got another one too. Yeah. And they have the games there. He buys some other games. He's bought stuff from Loop ships everywhere. And
I remember the Vegas poker game. I played that a lot.
It's fun.
Yeah, where they had that square-headed dealer up in the top, and yeah, we played that quite a bit.
Smart ass grin when he beat you, and the sour when you won.
That's right. God, I forgot about that. Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. All right, well then, yeah. And let me tell you what's. So yeah, I'll bring when I see you, or however much it'll take me to ship this. I'll get that up to you.
Yeah, set it aside.
I'll bring it with me. It'll be along with my 4-pack of Lapwing beer from Sketchbook Brewery. I was gonna say Jeff told me about next week. We have a guest coming. He told me about this person a little bit ago, that there is a YouTuber called Panda Sub 2000 that has agreed to come on the show. He makes these elaborate Hollywood-like videos. They are really impressive, he says. and he just got a hold of me and said that they'll be on our show next Wednesday. So
Cool.
be great to have on the show, and makes amazing videos. So I'm eager to check it out. So are you familiar with some of the videos?
Yeah, I watched the Zamiko video and stuff. I don't know how many he has for the Amico. Just sort of starting out, but man, they're elaborate. He's got some tech there, some software to make some videos, some special effects
to get her done.
Yeah.
Well, that reminds me too. One last something that I'll. Oh, look at that! The Star Wars Electronic Battle Command game was released 42 years ago.
Wow, I saw that one.
In this game, players could simulate all the exciting action and strategy of hyperspace combat. There's the picture.
Pretty impressive. That's kind of neat. I don't remember that at all.
I don't either. The boxes that kind of looks familiar on the screen, but now what was this that Lance sent us today that was the big dissertation?
Oh, from Tommy, yeah.
Yeah.
They're
can I read this thing?
Oh, you certainly could. It's a complete post that he put on different areas on Facebook.
Okay.
It's in Television Invasion and Television Amico, Television Amico Society, and any places where you'd find news on the television. Tommy has posted that.
Okay. It says Amico update. People who love, hate, or who are completely indifferent and or on the fence about Amico seem to have a great interest in a number of different areas. This includes people who have already pre-ordered, who have not pre-ordered, who are thinking of pre-ordering, who are waiting for it to be released, or who will never buy one in a million years. We are very aware that the folks currently following Amico, good, bad, or indifferent, would like info on the following: our menu, user interface, 2, physical box collector's game products, what's in the box, seeing more in-depth gameplay footage, where's all this family marketing we keep hearing about, all 100% totally fair and understandable questions. And then he goes on to talk about one of my flaws in communicating with the public is that I like to share as much information as possible. I want people who are interested to feel like they are a part of our family and can feel like they are a part of the process and following along both the ups and downs of the entire project. So then he goes on from there, talks about our original plan was to hold back the 4 points above as much as possible and closer to launch, as we have some really incredible partnerships that we've been working on. So you can get out there and check out the rest of that.
Yep.
Talking about the latest delay. And he gives it all a big wrap up and ends with the Intellivision logo.
Yeah.
So
they talk about a lot. Well, also in there somewhere they talk about how they're going to be having another big event, and it's going to be out here on the East Coast.
Wow.
And it's close enough that I could conceivably go if it was even an option for me, which it is not at the moment. But right in Boston, right, which is only 6 or 7 hours for me. I don't see it happening for me.
Yeah.
But it would be neat to be able to go do it. I really love to get down and meet him.
Yeah, me too. Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
In fact, I heard, hearing from him today, he gave me a quick note today, and I just I wrote him back. It's like Toby Jepson from Wayward Sons. I haven't talked to him in a long time either. And I'm like, it's just weird because you spend so much time talking to a certain faction of people, and then all of a sudden, everybody's busy, and then you're like, good God, we were like talking all the time. What's happening? But yeah, absolutely.
Good point, Lance. That's basically how we all come to meet each other by buy Amico stuff. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ultimately,
So
through
whatever
all
it does,
channel to start, kind of with that, and then doing
Yeah.
different things with the Amico and such. So it's at the end of the day, I don't care what happens with it. It's been pretty beneficial for me personally, anyway.
That's a great point.
Yeah,
That's a great point. That's what I was thinking. That same thing.
Yep.
You know,
So
because no matter what, I mean, you know, what we've got is so much more valuable than a game system.
Yep.
So it's really cool. I was honest with him again, of course, today. I told him, I said, the only thing I'm waiting for is when am I going to find out about my GTO Red? When can I order it?
Yeah.
That's what I'm waiting to do. So, because that's the version I've got to have, and I'm not going to order anything else until I can get that. So, but he gave me a time frame to get back to him about it. So,
there you go.
So we learned that Bruce was probably named after Bruce from Jaws. Those
Absolutely.
are one thing we learned. Dollar stores are fun. I love them.
Everywhere.
They are, and everywhere.
Yeah.
My family usually rolls their eyes because I'm like, hey, there's $1. And a lot of times I just make a joke. I don't have to go. But demographically, I like going to different ones because they'll carry different things or have different DVDs and stuff available. So you just
now,
never
are you
know.
talking dollar stores? Is everything $1?
Yeah. Yep.
No matter
what? Pretty much. Yeah. Everything. Like I bought a couple of, I'm getting ready to do the design on my, my cornhole boards.
Yeah.
And so I want to kind of do a stencil. And so I bought a couple of poster boards there. So they were $2 for $1. So, but yeah, everything, a candy, like a candy bar is 89 cents.
Oh, really?
You know? Yeah. Yeah. Which, you know, I did the math, man. When my brother was coming, my brother and nephew were coming to town with their families. I was like, I went to Sam's, you know, and I'm like, Hershey bars, this is really that much? And then I broke it down. I'm like, oh yeah, right. Nope. Yep. I'll take it. Because I'm like, I could go to the dollar store and buy a few bars or go to, you know, the grocery store and buy a few bars for probably $2 and something.
Right.
You know, which makes it relatively expensive, you know, and I'm like, but it's cheaper just to buy this whole huge box.
Yeah.
You know,
but then you have to eat a whole huge box of chocolate bars.
Oh, dude, I'll make them.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. I love sitting down for dessert with a Hershey bar and a jar of peanut butter.
Oh, wow.
Which reminds me, I didn't even ask you the question, and we got to go. It's too.
Don't forget your Toblerone.
It's right. I got to get to the store and get that.
Okay. Why are we gonna ask me?
Because I told you we're going to keep this show short.
Yeah, I know.
Now it's regular.
Yeah,
now it's regular size. But have you watched Ted Lasso?
I have not watched Ted Lasso yet.
Okay.
But right. I tell you, Mama C and I have been talking about it, and we're going to watch it. We have Apple Plus, so.
Gotcha.
Apple TV Plus, I guess it is.
So if anybody digs either soccer, British humor, Jason Sudeikis, one of the gentlemen that was with him in Horrible Bosses 2 is in this show as well. The cast is great. The storyline is wonderful. There's a lot of good jokey stuff, but there's some good real life stuff in there too, that they deal with. And it's a great show. And the last thing I will say, I'll ask you too. Have you ever watched a sitcom binge wise where you watch it maybe a few episodes every day to get through a whole series of 11 seasons maybe or something, and you see something happen and you're like, well, that's not funny because that wouldn't have happened. So like Frasier, I'm watching Frasier, and they have an episode early on because he always speaks French, right?
Yeah.
Right. So he speaks French. You know, he speaks French. On one of the shows, one of the callers is French. and she's complaining because her monsieur is like doing something she doesn't like, or there's something about her monsieur, and he goes, monsieur, what? Your miss what? So he's not understanding, and I'm like, wait, you speak French, and besides that, monsieur is like everybody knows what that is.
But do you know how to
So
spell it?
no, I do not.
Yes.
No, I would say MISSEUR.
MON.
Oh, that's right. It's like monsieur,
Monsieur.
right? Monsieur.
But it's
Yeah.
pronounced monsieur.
Monsieur. Yeah. So I was like, what? This isn't even funny because he would totally get this.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And you know what? Never noticed that. I've watched that. I'm in the middle of Frasier as well. I think I'm on season 4, episode 11. But there have been a few where I'm working away and it's on, you know?
Right.
I don't remember that specific part. But yeah, I've binged lots of them, and it's still amazing to this day for me how I can watch MASH. I mean, I finished watching MASH a month and a half ago, like all 11 seasons. I watched it over a period of 2 or 3 months, and I'm already back to season 4, end of 4, right? So like I'll just turn it on, and I don't have to look at it. I could literally be in the kitchen, and it's gotten to sort of funny now because Mama C is getting the same way. We'll be quoting the lines to each other before they say them. It'll be on TV, and Klinger says something to Potter. I say what Potter says back, and then Potter says it, and then she'll say to me what Klinger says back before Klinger says it. So yeah, we've watched a little bit of, and not even watching the screen, right?
Right, exactly.
So, yeah, and I still enjoy it every single time I watch it, but I still see things in that show and go, I don't remember that. And
see,
even more so, and I've gone through MASH now. I've watched the entire DVD set. I've seen it in syndication for years. I watched it when it was originally on, but I was a kid. I watched it syndication for years, which is hacked up. I watched these, which are supposedly complete. I've watched it on a streaming service that first had it here in Canada called Show Me, which is obsolete. I've watched it on Disney Plus twice.
Wow.
And I've watched it elsewhere too, other streaming services before it went to Disney, which it's on now.
Unbelievable.
And I still swear to this day, I'm on the second time through on Disney Plus.
Well, yeah, because it was on Netflix.
Still seeing new things with it.
Yeah, well, it's like an old friend, right?
Yep.
Where all of a sudden you're sitting around one day, you're having a beer maybe, or you're just, you haven't seen each other in a little while, and you get together and you're shooting the shit, and all of a sudden you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You're like, I didn't know that about you. And you're like, how do we know that each other this long? Halfway through the first episode of Lasso, but too tired watching it the rest tonight. Yeah. I'm not into soccer or football, but it seems cool. Yeah. It's more about the people. It's not so much about the game. And you'll get that. Part of the fun with MASH is the guest stars. Yeah. Especially when you're watching it and you're like, oh yeah, there's Ned Beatty or whoever else.
With Ned Beatty, where he makes Father Mulcahy write the letter to the kid's parents who was going to be better. He's going to get better. Don't worry about that. Write the letter. Do it. And then the kid takes a turn for the worse, and the Father Mulcahy worries and worries and worries. And the kid is okay, but he learns that he shouldn't always listen to people who may be in positions of authority and may seem very confident, but doesn't necessarily make them right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because every situation's different. That's for sure.
Maybe.
I think, when you mention MASH, I always think of my daughter in juxtaposition to Friends. That's like her MASH, because we'd go to visit her at school and she'd just have Friends on, and that was it.
Yeah.
It's
a different type of show though. There's the serious, it's dramedy, right?
Yeah, right.
Drama mixed in with the comedy, and Friends is not like that so much,
Yeah, Yeah.
Saw an episode of MASH last month with John Ritter. Yes, and he was
John
a bit
Ritter.
of a dick in that episode, if you remember correctly. He's the one
Yes,
that
he
kept the
was.
gun and took out Frank, and John Ritter was not an amicable character at all in that episode. But
Yeah.
he was very young there. That was an early episode.
Yeah.
They're playing poker, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden there's gunshots.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, I'm eager to watch mine, and I still have, but I told you I was going to watch the movie a while ago, and I still haven't done that. I got to do that.
Fantastic.
I got to do that.
Yeah.
Because
I was never so happy that about 6 months ago, 64-bit called me up and says, I just sat down. We decided that we were going to watch Matt. He's bringing movies to us all the time to watch, and they're fantastic movies. And he sat down, like, he's it's his thing, right? It's what they study. And he finally sat down to watch MASH. He called me up and says, you know what? That's one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's an incredibly good movie. The way it's done is very different. The style is very different. And I can sort of see what you've been talking. And I was so happy to hear him say that, because it meant a lot to me. Because this is a movie that I sincerely have seen 20-ish times, and really, really could sit and watch it right now, start to finish.
It's like my FM. It's like to you.
Fecal matter. That's it. Fecal matter. What?
I've got a choice couple of words I could use that start with those letters and to come back at you. Yeah. What's he think of that movie?
He loves it.
You're crapping me right now. Are you kidding me?
He and I went to see Force Awakens the opening night. Went to see this one the opening night, and he was in Halifax, so we didn't get a chance to see The Rise of Skywalker, but it is what it is. Is it a great movie? No. Is it a successful movie? Oh yeah. Not his thing, but yeah. But no, he does like the movies because it's Star Wars.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, Ned Beatty and Richard Pryor were in 2 movies together. Well, no, it wasn't Superman 3. Oh, God.
Was it one of them like Stir Crazy, or
wasn't The Toy, was it?
What? I would say Silver Streak. Coco trying to tell you.
Yeah, I think Coco did say it was Silver Streak. Was it Which Way Is Up, was it? No?
Do you remember it had the was it Stir Crazy? Stir Crazy had the Latino gentleman who was in the electric company, was a cab driver.
Luis.
And he grabbed the guy with the pliers by the nuts who was trying to stiff him on the on his cab fee, I think.
For whatever reason, I always found it to be hilarious when one of these people from the electric company would show up in real life.
I know. Morgan Freeman, Rita Moreno.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't realize at the time how huge Rita Moreno already was.
Correct. Right.
She is she is, if not the only, one of the only people to win a Tony, an Emmy, a Grammy, and an Oscar. Is that it?
I would say yes. And The Toy. So we got him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in that gentleman too. The Latino gentleman was in I was just talking about the film with you guys a while back.
I might be getting Luis in Sesame Street. What's that? Sorry, cutting you off. I think I'm mistaken with Luis.
Hot Stuff. That's what it was. He's in that movie.
Well, now I guts to know.
Well, see, so was Ned Beatty in Superman 3?
No, I don't think so. See, because Lex Luthor wasn't either.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Oh my gosh, do you have the DVDs of the electric company?
Right,
yep, that's him. Yeah. Oh, come on. Do those have the Spider-Man adventures in them too?
Oh, yes.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. They're
Wow.
both about 10 and a half hours. I think there's Spider-Man in here too. I'm not 100% sure. I say that, but there's a lot of really. Please hand me the cat. That's stressful, straining just to try to lift her down.
I would imagine my cat, I'll start writing a letter on the dining room table upstairs and he'll just walk right through. I'm like, I can't write when you're doing this.
Yeah, these are great. These are Shout Factory. And
I was going to
really
say, yeah.
happy to add those. It's been a long time since I added those. Yeah.
Wow. We'll have to, while we're in our drunk state, we'll have to watch some of that.
Absolutely. Electric Company.
So here we go. Electric Company box set DVD. What do they have? They have Hits and Bits. I guess they have volume 1. They have the best of. Then there's volume 2.
Best of is what it is.
Here we go. What'd you say?
They're both just the best of.
Uh-huh. Okay, I see. Well, this one is like, yeah, best of volume 1 and 2. Holy crap. Best of Electric Company 2 on DVD, $200. Hits and Bits by Shout Factory is $40. Best of Electric Company is $20. Best of the best of Electric Company you can get for under $10. Huh. I might have to throw that in the cart. Yeah, let's see what it says. It's in good shape. Interesting. What are they? 97%, 97%. They must have multiple copies. That'd be kind of fun to watch. I'd get this best of the best.
His real name is Luis Avelos.
Luis Avelos.
He did 650 episodes of the Electric Company between 1972 and 1977.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Morgan Freeman did 780 episodes.
Oh, I mean, he was one. I mean, that's what's trippy about those, because you're just like, you know, you're looking back going, I watched all those. I mean,
yeah,
you know,
that was at 6:30 every night on PBS for me.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Well, all right. Well, shall we call it? I mean, geez, this has been epic, dude.
Well, hold on here. Come on, you start.
That's cool.
Oh, this sucks. This is I wanted to play the theme. It was the 2009 theme, for Pete's sake.
Oh yeah, nobody needs that. I remember watching the Electric Company during second grade recess at Catholic school in Compton. That Lance Jennings, straight out of Compton.
Straight out of Compton. That's hilarious.
Electric Company, straight out of Compton. Yeah, Electric Company, Sesame Street, and Zoom.
I didn't watch Zoom as much.
Well, I watched Zoom. I guess I watched a lot of Sesame Street. But we should do that sometime, talk about those.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Little girl.
Here it is. Rita Moreno.
Little girl. Cotton candy can cause cavities.
Crap.
There. Doesn't get any better than that right there. And on that note,
maybe JD knows what that note is. Ooh, they're getting up there, man. You know, we got to say it together. All right,
Go.
folks. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks for the chats over there and keeping us rolling. I can hear math and word fun intro music. He says,
There you go. Thanks for letting me stand in tonight. I had a lot of fun, Stu. So much
big,
fun.
huge thanks, Pete. Appreciate it, man. I can't wait till we can get together in person. That's gonna be an epic day, man.
Right. Who knows what'll happen? It's just a matter of having some faith in the future, I guess.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, how much closer are we to us just coming over there?
if you're vaccinated, you can come over anytime, pretty much.
Oh,
just
okay.
a few loops to jump through or hoops to jump through. I can't go
Okay.
over there yet because you guys haven't opened yet. We have.
Okay. Well, let me start talking to Christine about it and we'll get it figured out.
Yeah, right on. Right on. And I'll say to Jeff, hopefully I pass the audition.
Thank you very much. And I hope we pass the audition.
Yeah, golf clap. Right on.
So, and also Jeff, all of our thoughts out to you guys. Hope everything is well. And we'll look forward to having you back with us, of course, next week. When we have our guest on next week. And stay tuned tomorrow. I'm going to dip my toe into my days of New Wave. So if you guys want to hang with me briefly tomorrow, it's not going to be a long show, but Hammeroy will return. And I'll be doing that. So we'll be talking about a little bit of Devo, a little bit of Gary Newman, some more New Wave and power pop stuff, shoes and all that kind of stuff. So we'll be talking about that. 7:00 tomorrow should be just fine. And we'll be back on track with Hammer Away. So thanks again, Pete. Love you, man.
Right on.
And,
thank you.
And everybody's sharing love out there to Jeff and Celia and the family. So that's great. And then we will talk to you all a little later. And I guess, we should just, what should we end with?
Well, we can't end. You can't end by replaying the video because I can't do it.
I know. I thought about that. The first thing I thought was like, well, we can't do that.
Yeah. Or what you should do is you should play that little clip.
just the little clip. I was working on that. Let me see, because I got to time this just right. You got to do it just right. So everybody, we'll see.